Bet you didn't expect to see me. Sha-sha-sha! I have taken over! Beej no longer exists. Only Adam Savadan exists. Get the fuck out of my room!
I'm sorry. I won't ever say it again.
Yeah. We're going to have a little chat about identity theft and who it affects and how it affects them. Okay? We're going to have this conversation, Twitch chat. Never should someone steal my identity specifically because it's a treasure. Okay? Just having a talk with the people about identity theft and who it affects and how it affects them. And that it specifically should never steal my identity because I'm a fucking treasure, Beej. And if there's too many of them, if there's too many of me, it devalues the treasure that is Adam Savadan specifically.
Agreed.
All right.
All right.
Well, I'm glad we had this talk. I'm out of here because I'm hungry. Have fun with your game.
Thank you. Hope you enjoyed that. I hope you hit the intro button. That's right. Adam's gone. He's never coming back. He can't hurt you anymore. I can. Yes, the extraction is loading. I am trying to catch up on the 1,100 messages you guys wrote about. I'm on the Discord on Lurk Content. I'm up to people talking about Corpline coming back, and all of you being very, very happy that Corpline is coming back. And I am as well. So I'm like, yeah. I'm up to like, I don't know how you denote messages by number in this thing. If I can even do that. Let's see if I can find a good one to go with. Yes, people are talking about their favorite sponsors that we do for Corpline, and BV310 says dig a trough through your burrow with the Lockheed Tough Slew Plow, which is still my favorite that I've ever written, I think. And I know I've written some really goofy shit, but that's probably right up there. I can't think of one I enjoy more than that one. And it sucks because I can't make another one using that kind of rhyming scheme. But, oh, that's a lot of audio. Let's just bring that right the frick down. So much. I mean, yeah, sneaking the concise device by Bernice Price, it works. And the fact that we were still keeping corpsing at that time, I was just like, warms my heart that they loved that as much as they did. Why is the audio so goddamn loud? It seems so present. All right. It seems actually way louder than... Yeah, it should be that loud. Like, I should be able to hear the clicking. Just ridiculous. Oh man, the Meerkat. Even more generosity, and we will get to these at the end of the stream, which will at this point be at like 11:30 at night. So hang on, and if you just got yourself a free sub, a gift sub from the Meerkat, be sure to thank them. The title and the game and Twitch are messed up. No, I did the needful. I hit update information and it said it updated it. I'm gonna refresh it again. It's all there. That's real weird. Okay. I'm sorry if it is not showing up properly for you, but I'm sure I clicked the right thing. So I clicked it again, so maybe it has changed for good for everybody now. So awesome. Where we left off, here on Play It Forward, featuring Adam Beej Savadan, is we have to sneak into this building, this apartment building. And frankly, there's really nothing else you can do. It's too bad that's not animated, but maybe it's just a painting. This person probably doesn't want to have a talk with me. So, got my new contact lenses also. And boy, oh boy, are they... I think I was wearing them out so well that, well, I know this for sure. I have a slight corneal abrasion on one friggin' eye. And so for the next 2 weeks, I have to wear these, and we have to see whether or not it's going to continue causing the abrasion, or if something else has to be changed in the shape of the lens, whether it'll heal itself or whether it just kind of continues. And my optometrist just said, don't worry about it, just continue to wear them as you would normally. Make sure they're comfortable, so, you know, put in drops and whatnot. But if you start to notice it's really bad, then, you know, keep track of that. But you're coming back in 2 weeks because we're going to try fitting them again in 2 weeks, and then we'll know for sure whether we have to get them reshaped, because there's a brief period of time which we can send them back to get fixed again. So go upstairs. What is this? So to drive this home, okay, headphone users, I pull your headphones away from your head for a second. But if I was to set this at the volume it was at, it's gonna be this loud. So in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the actual volume we had it before was, sliding it up now, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's the volume level I've had it at for the entire playtime. The moment I hit the slider, it went up in my ears, so I hope it went up in your ears, like the fader on the mixer. So I'm trying to be very cautious because it's very loud for some reason right now. All right. So here's a keypad. Here's a vent. Don't tease me like this. What a weird layout for the building, too. There's a keypad we can't touch. There's a door we can't go through, I think. That's probably the outside world, which, as you can see, doesn't exist. We just are guessing what's in here. Unless that's actually meant to be see-through, I have no idea. That's somebody's shower. Send a drone through the vent. Activate a drone to send it. Oh, hey, I can see that now too. All right. And we need to give him an awful lot of movement. So I was about to select, and then I shoot my drone because I'm an asshole. All right. So now Koshé can go through the vent. Where we're at right now is there's what are we doing? We are trying to catch the plastic-faced man, and the way we decided to do that was to sneak into his mistress's apartment. And I'm not sure this is it. There's a toilet. You know how you have that nice frosted screen in front of your toilet? Why the hell are we in here? what's the point of being in here? We can see that, but there's nothing to interact with. Bed's got the duvet half off. I can't interact with anything. Is it Alt that does it? Is it Tab that does? Tab switches between people. Just skips over other people. In turn, back to Koshé. I mean, I know you say I can open... Oh, Christ, there's a thing you can pick up. I received 360 million. That door is locked. Now I can do it. And having opened the door, we fall out of combat. Am I gonna see something that's more important? I can stand over here. Ah, then I can pick that up. Hell yeah. Put that on Duncan. What is this anyway? So let's do some trading. That is, yes, it is cram. Who could use a lot more opportunities to do stuff? Probably Duncan could use an opportunity to do more stuff. Let's give him the good one. Let's do that. That is not so bad. I have 11 karma. I could spend it on stuff. Haven't needed to yet. Okay, we've added a dock wagon. You know, the kind of thing you just have laying around in your boudoir, right? God, now the music's too low. I don't know why I got so excited then. Okay, we're gonna bring the music back up. It's not so bad. Set it about there. That's all the game audio. I like being able to hear the clicky though. Nothing else in here, right? Does not appear to be anything else in there. Okay. Put a save already. Let's look at the keypad. Fairly recent code maglock system. You can hear loud music blaring from inside the apartment. One 12798. Right. 12798. The door slides open. Look at that frickin' chaise. What an amazing weird couch. That's the plastic face man. Whoa. Mistress. Nice. Pick anything up. So, do I, using Duncan and the neural inhibitor, do I have to... How does this work again? Because do I give Duncan lots of AP so that he can move in? Sorry, I put that question out there, but I didn't actually address chat for the question. That's rhetorical. You know how... That's how I am. Remember, it's casual playthrough, first playthrough, the kind of thing where it's like, I'm going to be asking things, you know, that kind of stuff. Was it that we had to... can you use the neural inhibitor immediately, or do you have to use it against somebody who's... leaves them stunned? Takes 3 rounds to sedate the target. Okay, so this can sedate. I don't necessarily have to mix in the bliss or anything like that. Can you do that from here, though? Like, can I literally take a pill and I can't just use a pill on somebody? That's fine. Just move between people. So if I give him a lot of AP, we got 2 out of it, that's good. And then Duncan just selecting that. Can't do that until he moves in more. So we're going to unselect that. He's going to move into cover. He's going to Zot this dude. Code 12. Don't know what that means. Beanbag shot. Subdue. Did I fail? Okay, that's not how you're supposed to do that. I guess I could knock him out by shooting with the beanbag gun first, and then... the game doesn't actually differentiate between subdue and kill. Just, I guess we'll bring the audio way down again. Literally, I swore it says in the thing. Did we actually pick that up, actually? We did, okay. Then it gets real quiet. So is it worth... Go into this mode. Let's give Duncan lots of AP. I think I only got 1 that time. Oh well, whatever. Well, pave and restart. Beanbag shot. Want to hit that guy. So in order to do that, to move him into an area where he can hit the dude. So I guess we're going to move him to here. And then with beanbag shot selected, thump, then neural inhibitor. That didn't do him? I mean, I see that, but last time I hit him with the beanbag, and then, or rather, I hit him with the inhibitor, and then I hit him with the beanbag, and he went to sleep. That's what I mean why it didn't actually knock him out. Alright. Koshi's in control mode. We're going to apply overclock. Now, do I knock her unconscious? Do I knock him unconscious? I knock him unconscious, I hope. I hope. There. He's unconscious. Okay. I feel like letting these two just sit here and thump him a bit is probably fine. He's already called code 12, which I think means that we're just in for it. I actually, Koshie can't use that same move again. If he does use anything doing HP or AP damage, he's going to also do some hit point damage. I'm like, that's probably not ideal either. I just need him to be asleep. Target leg. Do I just get Koshie out of here and move him somewhere else? To where he's going to be more useful? Do we just not worry about it for the time being? So I feel like moving him out so I can actually use like a stun grenade or something is not a bad idea either. Sure. So Duncan has... That's not a stun grenade. Isabel has the Bliss. Probably can't use it on anything. She's set up with medium cover already. Ractor is under medium cover. I am just dicking around, standing out in the open. I should probably go somewhere to stand that's a little more... I want to be in this room in case I can help, but I'm also wondering what else I can do here. I guess I can lay down barriers, so... Sure, let's go around the corner. And let's just say... Man, I don't want to have to shoot her. Just want this to be over very fast. I guess actually I can put her into Overwatch only looking down over here. And Ractor, I can do the same thing. Looking down over here. I don't want to kill. That's a bad idea. I think I'm just gonna do the same thing. And Koshe is in Overwatch now. But that. Oh, she figured us out. Oh, she certainly figured us out. I heard an elevator bong. Can I just knock you the hell out? I really just want to knock you out. Yeah, she ran right into that. Alright, so we'll have... Isabel will run up and give her something to keep her alive. Can't do that for some reason. How about that? Isn't that weird? Can I give you some bliss? No? Why the hell did I need these drugs to begin with? I can't remember. I didn't think she'd hear any of this and come running after us. Just go into punch. She sure is bleeding on the floor. Move over here. Cast. Slow. Play ahead, sleep. He can't beanbag shot. Can't do AP damage. Maybe we just tank this. Alright, I'm gonna try to tank it. And to do that, I'm gonna move myself into around the corner where I can just hide. Let's see if we can tank this without having to kill her. Alright, so I feel like we're about to have a real big problem. And Duncan could try to knock this dude out again. Or he could just, you know, miss. Alright, we knocked him out again. Great. I think Ractor might need to be somewhere better than this. Where's he got? He's got cover where? He's got cover from the chair? Being on that side? Okay, sure. Can you do anything to Koshe to help? Koshe has no damage. Nobody has any damage, really. It's 1 rounds. Okay. I'm going to tank it, I think. Isabel's probably not in a strong spot if people come running into the room and I have to deal with other security. So I guess I could put Isabel over here. That also puts her, like, right in front of the mistress trying to do stuff. Maybe it's just better to be elsewhere. F it. You're here. We're just gonna hope to hell that we don't have any problems. If I have to restart this one and try to do something else, maybe I do something else. Well, you guys kind of posted up all in a big group, didn't you? He is knocked out. I have to secure the area to extract the plastic-faced man. Does that mean I have to kill the mistress? Don't wanna. Alright, first up, Grenades. Surprise the hell out of them. Alright. Reload. What am I gonna do? We'll find out in a second. I got this shot. No. Alright, let's take that shot. Take that shot. That's pretty good. Koshe, who's gonna need what? Accuracy? Why would that be? Well, because Koshe is gonna move to here, I think. It's weird how walls don't seem to be cover. It's like cover from that side. Anyway. Koshe is going to move to take cover from that side. I think Koshe can't attack from there, so we're going to move Koshe up to here. Seems pretty good. Ah, I can see this person. What if that? That's pretty good. And you can see that person. We do have a laser. What am I gonna do? I'll move over here. Can't do anything. But I can lay down some barriers, which will make it difficult for them to come in. So let's start with these. Alright, I can just generate my own heavy cover wherever I want it. As long as she doesn't run away. Oh shit, what if she runs away? Yep. Just thought of that as I look back at chat. It's like, what if she runs away? Oh shit. Koshi's not hurt. And, oh, alright, Ractor. You know what? 48%. You might make it. He made it. Go hide in the kitchen. God, you are not doing great. I like grenades. They're cool. I'd like to take the shot that I think I can make. But I should also be concentrating on getting the guys down that I can't. Okay, so what can I do from here? That's pretty good. That's actually pretty good too. Let's grant Duncan What's Raptor gonna do? Let's see. Gonna take that shot. Wait, that's mercy kill, right? Take that mercy kill. Good. We're gonna take this shot. We're gonna do it again. And again. And Raptor has a weird thing, but that's fine. He's not gonna grant... Oh, I guess we could do this right now. And we can heal Koshe. Koshe has 2. How's he going to attack if he does that? Going to walk right through those? Seems like he's going to walk right through them. Oh yeah, right. Well, he would do that if... He would walk around it. Which is not bad. But maybe I'm better off just shooting this dude. Increased chance of hitting whatever? That's heavy cover though. Maybe it is just better to come around. Armor broken. Please, miss. You need to... Alright. I need to move over there, I think, if I'm going to do that. Deselect that. Walk myself over to heavy cover. And then bear token everybody. Okay. You can make this shot. That's what I get for believing in you. Just send Koshe over here. I want this shot to hit, though. So then... Duncan can't take that shot yet. Okay. Great. Raptor. Sorry, I like it when he makes the long shots. Oh yeah. There we go. Wild aim. Low accuracy, low crit, use a 6. No, we'll do this. Whoa, damn. Pretty good. She takes a poke at Isabel. My mana charge is still down. I can see these guys. Let's try this. Yeet! Probably need Kobe for accuracy more than anything else at this point. Isabel. Oh, we straight up murdered that dude. Okay, cool. Can I grant you more movement? I cannot. But I can grant you more time to do what you love, which is straight up walking outside and just beating a dude. Just getting your claws right into ruining a man's life. Sawblade arm. Ooh. Okay. Isabel can't see any of these people. Duncan can't either. I feel like he needs to move up, though. We're gonna wait. Can I mercy kill? I can't mercy kill. I can mercy kill him. Oh, no! Isabel, get out of there! She can't move, I think, is the idea. Alright. So, in my head canon, that would be ideal. So let's see. Can we do only AP damage? Oh, you're gonna die. Oh no. You're gonna die. If anything else that can do AP damage? I didn't bring a taser. That's good. That's what I wanted to do, yeah. Beanbag shot. Okay. Okay. In my head canon, this works. I did not kill the mistress. I just subdued her. So it's fine. I also shot her a lot. I thought I was going to knock her out. The neural inhibitor device seems to be working. Let's get this guy to a secure location and get some answers out of him. I'll calm the crew and have them meet us. All right, let's move. It's got to be more. Right. So, I'm going to have a quick look at things you guys have said as it rolls by. Yes, I have my new contact lenses in. They, the left one feels a lot better than it has. It has felt a little bit drier earlier. I mean, I guess you can just put another drop in while I'm at it. I had my in my right eye. That's my right eye. What you're seeing is reversed, so that when I do this, it's like I'm looking in a mirror. It's weird, right? I need to treat my throat. Maybe get some Halls later or something. Dig out my fisherman's friends. I might have some fisherman's friends in my jacket. Oh, that would be so good. So there's that. The left one, my left eye has a very mild corneal abrasion, which means that we're waiting to see whether if it successfully heals on its own, or if the lens continues to abrade it, and if it does, we have to get the lens adjusted, and that's okay. So anyway, the crew is silent as you lead your captive to the rooftop rendezvous you designated before the run. Just as you planned, you find the others waiting there for you. Oh, right, and the other thing you mentioned, M. the Marvelous saying, I'm super happy to see Lure finally allowed joining on YouTube. I mean, it was not so much allowed, it was that figuring out what it is we could do to make that work, that it wasn't... You guys see how much content we make? We make a lot of content. So what can we make that is something that would be interesting for people who would join us on YouTube, that also wouldn't be egregious for us to actually make in terms of the stuff that we make? And that's because you have to provide a perk. That's just how it is. And that was the perk we came up with. And so that's what we'll be doing. Excuse me. And a lot of you have already joined, which is cool. And you can put your money in wherever you like. This works better for some people than, like, being on YouTube works better for that. Being on Twitch works better for other people. Being on Patreon. Being everywhere. People want that. And we're just going to kind of just let that be open. I mean, you could even just drop stuff in our PayPal if you wanted to. Like, it's kind of just open season on if you want. You could literally write us a check and send it in the mail. You could probably send cash. I don't recommend it. There's just all manner of ways. If you want to just send us money, you could probably just do that. We would count it as income, and everyone would be very happy. We just want to find ways that lets people do things that they're more comfortable doing. So, yeah. You could send me Canadian Tire money if you have a bunch of Canadian Tire money. You could totally do that. But yeah, it's a cool thing that we're able to it's a cool thing that we're able to actually offer this alternate case, and I'm excited. So yeah. Yeah, if you send us pennies, it's a bunch of metal to us. I mean, like, having to wrap it and then having to, like, find a place that would be willing to trade us out all these pennies. So you would have to send us Canadian pennies, because I don't think they would even... If we gave them American pennies, they'd probably be like, we're not even accepting those. So, you know, tough. But let's move on with the game. Li Tai Lung's artificial features are molded into an expression of aloof intellect and mocking rigidity. The plastic that makes up his face is soft, flexing with the motion of his underlying musculature. Overlapping wafers of silver and bronze foil buried in the material catch the light as he moves. It's the work of a master craftsman. Cyberware as a form of modern art, likely commissioned at modern art prices. An ostentatious display of status and wealth. Tiber asks, can we skip the intermediary and just send chicken nuggets? If you want to send us a coupon to get chicken nuggets, we could totally do that. We don't give out the address of the moon base, so if you did send them, they'd be going to the post office box, and that would be very upsetting to the people who have to hold on to our mail for us. Also, anything coming in for mail time that's food has to be able to survive being mailed, sitting in transit for a long time, and then being on our shelves. So there's that. I guess the other thing, don't feel like, you know, I have to send you some stuff for mail time. It's okay. Just send a postcard if you want to do that. You never have to get too into it. The postcards we've been getting have been lovely, and I really like them. That kind of thing. Also, if you did send coupons for nuggies, it has to be redeemable in our country. You might go to your McDonald's and buy a coupon for chicken McNuggets and find out when we try to redeem it here, we can't do that, because McDonald's Canada is not the same as McDonald's US or UK or Sri Lanka or wherever you're sending them from. Let's move on. The plastic-faced man examines the zip ties that bind his wrists with an expression of detached amusement. Isabel runs a long cable from her PDA to the jacket in the back of his head and nods at you. Plastic-faced man. Well, this is interesting, I must say. He chuckles, an odd, hollow sound. I don't recall ever having been in this situation before. Usually I simply awaken to find myself in a strange new environment, wondering what happened. Guess there's a first time for everything, huh? He surveys your crew with detached indifference. Looking at the lot of you, I think it's safe to assume that a violent extraction of information is the next order of business. Duncan, oh, you can bank on that, asshole. Wu focuses attention on the plastic-faced man's kneecaps. Lee, so, you chose to grab me in an intimate moment. I suppose that's wise. Only moderate resistance, but the girl paid for it, didn't she? He considers clearly the preservation of metahuman life isn't a high priority for you. We fucking shot her and she wouldn't stop attacking us, so we tied zip ties around her and she was writhing around. Fuck, you don't care anyway. There, see? We didn't kill your girlfriend. She'll have a headache when she wakes up, but she'll be fine. Booyah! I mean, she'll also be bleeding from everywhere. I don't know how we were supposed to use the bliss. Like, I don't get that. There must have been a way, but anyway. Beej, we have a problem. I'll look it up later. Don't bother telling me. Isabel stares down her PDA. Dreamland's neural inhibitor software is interacting with this guy's cortical implant the same way it worked with her own. It's only going to slow the memory wipe process. Anything you can do? To stop it? Nothing. This is way beyond me. We're talking about software I didn't write interacting with two different pieces of headwear I've never seen before. We're lucky this works at all. She begins a flurry of two-handed thumb taps in her PDA. I'll try and key in some buffering routines or something to slow it as much as I can, but my confidence is low. Isabel shakes her head at the PDA, her face pinched in frustration. This guy's memory is going to get wiped one way or another. I'd start asking questions, Beej. Tense. Very tense. The silky plastic of his face slides into a smooth smile. I guess I'll answer your questions rather slowly. I don't have time for bullshit. You're a professional. You know what's next. Just give us what we want. Ractor smiles and Koshe servos whir as if in anticipation. I was joking. Of course I'm going to give you what you want. My clients know I'm professional and that I take extraordinary precautions to protect their secrets. If those precautions were compromised, it was due to an extreme circumstance. His chin lifts a bit and his tone becomes even more matter-of-fact. You ask your questions, Beej. I'll answer them as efficiently as I can. When we're done, I'll shake hands with the stranger and walk away wondering what just happened. Who are you? Just professional problem solver who's very, very good at his job. Disappointment sinks into his voice. Now don't waste your time on me. There are bigger questions to answer, don't you think? I'll decide what's important. I mean, I do want to know. I kind of already get who he is. F it. My name is Li Tai Lung. Oh, he shakes his head slowly. I was born in 2016 in a suburb of Changde. That's in the Hunan province of Old China. My parents were killed in a food riot around 2021, or maybe 2022. Isabel makes a grunting noise. She didn't sound happy. I'm trying to spoof his headwear to make it think. She exhales loudly. Never mind, it didn't work. The boot-out sequence is starting. Time is the fire in which we burn. Time is the school in which we learn. Good poem, you should learn it. Should we talk about something else, something more salient? I want to know more about you. I don't advise it. It means you're running out of time. Forget this fool. Fine. Why is Josephine Tsang trying to kill us? She believes you're here to destroy one of her special projects. Prosperity? Yes, although technically there's more than one Prosperity. Prosperity Tower is Tsang's Mechanical Engineering's corporate headquarters. Prosperity is also one of Josephine Tsang's pet projects. Which one do you want to know about first? His voice gets a sing-song tone. Tick-tock. I want to hear about the Prosperity Project. Well, that's going to be challenging. You see, the Prosperity Project is Zhou Tsang's best-kept secret, and the best way to keep secrets is to not tell anyone, even someone whose memory can be wiped. All I know is that Prosperity is something built deep inside Kowloon Walled City, some kind of experiment that her son was working on. Edward Tsang. No, wait, Raymond Black. My father. Who stands up tall, takes the immune stone he gets when someone's about to get hurt. Hey, Mr. Plastic, maybe you could settle a bet between me and my brother. Wu puts his face close to Lee's, his breath fogging the white plastic. Now, I think Raymond is still alive, but my brother here isn't so sure. Wu's voice drops to a stage whisper. Which is it, buddy? Raymond Black, dead or alive? I got 20 million on this. Guys, the status bar just popped up. It isn't moving yet, but you never know when it might take a jump. Little Decker watches her screen for a moment. It's stuck at 0 right now, but the process is starting and there's nothing I can do to stop it. Here, give me that. Lee reaches out to a perfectly manicured hand to Isabel. I'll show you something. Isabel pulls away the instinct and looks at you. This is a calculated gamble. You're running out of time and holding all the guns. I have information you want and betting that if I share it with you, you won't kill me when this is over. Let him have it. Plastic-faced man takes the PDA from Isabel and stares down the screen. His eyes become unfocused and he stands like a statue. A low-resolution video recording pops onto the screen. A small, withered man, possibly in his 70s, is strapped into a high-tech chair and connected to an elaborate scientific instrument behind him. The recording is from the first person's perspective, presumably the plastic-faced man's. This is from when I first brought the asset, your father, to Prosperity Tower. His eyes remain unfocused, still as a statue, after I took him from the tea house on the docks. The video continues and a confident voice can be heard from the off-screen, a woman's. You can't make out what she says. The point of view turns to the right, and a graceful woman of indeterminate age steps into view. She's clearly advanced in years, but access to a nourishing diet and cutting-edge pharmaceuticals afford her the vitality of someone much younger. She speaks directly to the camera. Her tone is hard. I warned you to be gentle with him, Mr. Lee. She looks over the old man with genuine concern. He looks as if someone tased him. The voice of the plastic-faced man replies, I assure you, Mrs. Tsang, I was gentle. He walked out of the tea house under his own power. The old man speaks, his voice weary and hoarse. May I have some water, mother? My throat feels like it's on fire. She responds tenderly, yes, of course, Edward. I'll have someone bring you some ice chips. The plastic-faced man speaks again, his voice lowered. Your son has apparently been through some sort of ordeal. He appeared demented at times, and he's been mumbling about stopping something. Prosperity, I think. Yes, well, that won't be happening. The woman addresses her son, speaking a bit too loudly as if he is hard of hearing. We won't be stopping Prosperity, Edward. I want you to get that out of your mind. Do you understand? I understand perfectly well, Mother. There's no need to shout. But I won't give up. Prosperity must be stopped. All those poor people. The woman frowns and shakes her head. I know, Edward, I know. Those poor people. I've done a lot of good to make up for it since you left. Shelters, hospitals, all sorts of good work. And now it's time to do something for you. Something I should have done a long time ago, perhaps. From the left side of the screen, a man enters in a white lab coat. The woman looks up and nods, and the lab-coated man places a chrome apparatus on the old man's head. Sorry. Raymond speaks dreamily as if a drug has started to work. What is this, Mama? What are you doing to me? I'm fixing you, Edward. She walks up close to the old man, strokes his head tenderly, leans forward to kiss it. All you can see is failure. You're incapable of seeing the good in what you've done. The man in the white lab coat presses a button on Raymond's chair and a robotic arm swings into view. A cobalt blue light springs from its tip, and the arm quickly circumnavigates the old man's head, bathing it in oscillating blue. A high-definition three-dimensional image of Raymond's brain appears on the wall behind. I've been inspired by Mr. Lee here. The woman turns and looks at the camera. We're going to do some editing of your memories to relieve you of your burden. Raymond mumbles dreamily, desperately fighting to get the words out. No, Mama, wait. I figured out what to do. And then he is asleep. The woman moves closer to the camera. Your payment will be made according to our agreement. She turns away, her voice cold. Once the rest of them are dead. The video ends and the plastic-faced man exhales slowly. Taking a big risk showing you that. Duncan, I don't give a rat's ass. Wu turns to you. You see? I knew it. I told you, Beej. Raymond's alive. Tsang's holding him in Prosperity Tower. Gobbet, who is here now. He may be alive, but it looks like his mom's going to erase part of his memory, just like Johnny Plastic here. She's going to try to fix him. Isabel, what kind of mother would do that? I didn't even notice that she was there. And Gai Chu as well. I was like, oh, Gai Chu's here. I didn't even process that. Something catches her eye and she looks down suddenly. Shit! Isabel thumbs her PDA furiously, but it's no use. That's it. He's wiping. She pulls the cable from her PDA and drops it to the ground in aggravation. Oh, hello. The plastic-faced man looks down into his zip-tied hands and then slowly surveys his surroundings. Well, isn't this awkward? Duncan, what do you want to do with this guy? He's got no memory, so it's probably safe to let him go, but Auntie said he should take a dirt nap. Wu raises his rifle. All the same to me. the dude. Okay. I know a lot of you have different ideas for this, and looking at some of your answers, it is interesting. His whole thing is that he goes and does stuff as he's assigned to do, and then he undergoes a memory wipe when he's done doing it. So he doesn't remember those things because he just works as a client, right? Or he works for his client, and then when he's done working for his client, he just wakes up one morning and forgets all that stuff and just starts over fresh again. Still probably remembers who he is and all that, but, you know, all the short-term memory, I guess, kind of just goes. Tsang uses him an awful lot to do stuff. This is one of these cases where it's like, there's nothing, like, I have no use of him, and letting him go doesn't, like, he's recording all of this right now. So that puts us in danger. There's no way he could be made to work for us because we'd have to hire him. He wouldn't... I don't even think he would work for the Triads or anything else. If you could turn him, it'd be one thing, but because he's just for hire, and given who he's probably chosen to ally himself with for whatever jobs he's doing, and then he forgets them immediately, it's like... I don't see why his personal stance, like how he would do any work for us, whether like interior, right, like the way he feels inside, like whatever's left of him from knowing the things about himself, it's just kind of like he's gonna know things about us. He's already done a lot of work. It took a lot for us to track him down and do stuff. Kindly wants him dead. We work for Kindly. She got all this information so that we could track him down and we could figure out what the hell's going on. He has no further information for us. He's not useful to us in any way. I think we just kill him. And we've killed a lot of people. I think we kill him. Got it. But he gave us everything we asked for and more. Isabel, he's seen our faces. But I have nothing to connect them with. If it's all the same to you, I'd prefer to just walk away. The fact is that you would just go back to whoever you work for. I mean, if he was truly freelance, but it doesn't sound like he is. It sounds like he gets employed a lot by Tsang, and so that would mean that she'd be like, did anything happen to you in regards to any Shadowrunners, whatever? Yeah, these people. Oh yeah, I know who they are. So it's like... Yeah, no. I'm gonna kill him. Alright. It is optional. I'm sure the other option was probably to, like, I don't know why it would be like, let him go, but yeah, so we've killed him. My pleasure, Duncan says. I don't think we get any karma for that. Everyone just leaves. And I just stand here. Now the audio is so low. top. Guess we can save now. I could probably do this all over again, but I don't think I'd actually get the answers I want. Revelations. The trip from Shek Kip May back to Heoi is quiet. The trip from Shek Kip May back to Heoi is quiet as you process the information revealed by the plastic-faced man. Prosperity is a name. 2 names, actually. One is a secret project Raymond was working on before he left for Seattle. The other is the corporate headquarters of Tsang Mechanical Services. And Prosperity Tower is where Raymond Black is being held alive. It's also where his memory is in the process of being reprogrammed by his mother, and time is ticking. The plastic-faced man proved surprisingly amenable and quite useful before you killed him. Your next stop is Kindly Cheng. She'll want to hear this. You step out into the MTR station into the balmy night air. An impenetrable wall of clouds, heavy with imminent rain, has blown in from the south. It covers the stars, causes them to wink out one by one. You can smell something on the air, something electric. The wind whips around you, and the clouds begin moving in a thick grayscale swirl. The spiral builds and grows, shimmering with faint ember light. Oh yeah, that's okay. As you watch the clouds roil in the sky, the sounds of the city retreat. A bubble of soft white noise replaces them, wrapping around your head, reflecting your own heartbeat back on you. Look down from the clouds to see the lights of the docks dancing in a warm, saturated bloom. Enjoy the stillness. You lean back and take in your surroundings, the boats, the golden glow of the light on the water, the lapping of gentle waves against the docks. And then the first twinge tickles your chest, lets you know that something's coming. Uh-huh. A moment later, you feel an incredible tightness in your chest. It feels like your heart is being crushed under the foot of a giant. Your vision goes gray and your sense of balance disappears. Gradually, blood rushes in to refill the organ, inflating it like a balloon. Try to catch your breath. You gasp for air, it doesn't come. Your breath shallows out, thins, makes you gasp like a suffocating fish. Your chest contracts again and again as you struggle to take in breath. You stumble forward, and every cell in your body seems to vibrate. The energy thrums inside of you, pulsating, building to an unbearable crescendo. And then you're on the other side of it. You find yourself standing in a familiar courtyard. The walled city. You're back in the walled city, just like in your dreams. You can taste the stench of the place, the mildew and plaster and wet dog stink of the slum. No, this isn't real. You squeeze your eyes shut and shake your head, willing the images to disappear, willing yourself back to Heoi and out of the decaying slum that you found yourself in. When your eyes open, nothing has changed. The crumbling facades of tenement buildings lean into one another above you, closing in on either side and creating a narrow walkway. Just like in your dreams, there's nowhere else to go, nowhere but forward, down the path ahead. Call for help. You open your mouth and shout for assistance for Gobbet, for Duncan, for Isabel, for anyone who might be listening. The only answer you receive is your own echo. Stay where you are. You plant your feet and wait for something to change, for the walled city to fade away and for the Heoi docks to return. You wait for what feels like hours. Nothing changes. Start walking. You let your legs carry you forward. You feel a creeping sense of certainty in the back of your mind, and it tells you you've taken this same walk hundreds of times before. The sense of claustrophobia mounts and builds with every step you take. It feels like you're worming your way forward down a long, dark tunnel. The humidity of the place sticks to your skin. As you proceed deeper into the walled city, a low rumble fills the air, the noise of enormous gears in motion. You feel hollow, empty, and with every step you take, you can feel that emptiness growing, an unbearable yearning unlike any hunger you've ever known. Turn back the way you came. You turn around and head back the way you came. Nothing stops you. You close your eyes and breathe a sigh of relief. When your eyes open again, you find yourself moving deeper into the walled city. You don't remember turning around. You certainly never chose to, but you're back on the path that you started on, following the trail. Just like you did in your dreams. Just as you always have. Off in the distance, an alien silhouette beckons to you. It's her, the tall, slender thing from your dreams. The elusive figure that you've always been moving toward but could never quite reach. A crowd of locals lines the path ahead, kneeling in supplication. They look emaciated, all skin and bones, clothed head to toe in dirty rags. Examine the kneeling figures. You stare at the nearest of the kneeling figures, a wiry man in his late 20s. He locks eyes with you. Slowly, his mouth yawns open. The man has no teeth. They've been pulled, and recently, from the looks of it, his gums are a bloody, pitted mess. As you stare into the black void of his mouth, his tongue comes lolling out. It looks like it was caught in an industrial accident, a swollen, twisted slab of meat. The corner of the young man's mouth twitch upward into a ghastly smile. None of this is real, I'm hallucinating. The man with the ruined tongue doesn't respond. He kneels in silence, staring as your feet carry you past him. Seconds later, he fades from view. Your legs carry you deeper and deeper into the beating heart of the tenement. If you haven't reached the center yet, you must be close. It's incredibly hot and humid in here. The sweat rolls down your body in sheets. Your thoughts go hazy with the heat, and a dim sense of unease takes root in the pit of your stomach. Focus on the uneasy feeling. You try to concentrate on the unease that you're feeling, but you find it impossible to focus. The omnipresent sound of grinding gears isn't helping. Looking up, you can see where the noise is coming from. A hatch. The same door that you saw in your nightmare back when this began. The same door that you saw in your nightmare back when all of this began. The markings on the door are legible now. A single word in faded yellow paint. Arby's. Prosperity. I'm sorry, I got that wrong. Suddenly, impossibly, the alien figure that you've been moving towards is standing in front of you. At the same time, your vision finally clears and ice water runs through your veins. The walled city isn't a slum at all. It's an enormous gaping maw, and all the buildings are a forest of crooked teeth. The thing reaches for you. With inhuman speed and grace, it plunges fingers of polished ivory into your mouth. Slowly, terribly, it begins to wrench your jaw open. You can feel your teeth splinter and break, and rough fingers on your shoulders snap you back to reality. The hand clenches a vice-like grip and yanks you backwards off of your feet. You come crashing down to the floor of the Heoi MTR station. You can feel a rush of wind just in front of you. A passing train. Strangler bow. What is wrong with you, Beach? Strangler bow eyes you coolly. Auntie Cheng's lost too many runners already. Besides, there are cleaner ways to end your life than jumping in front of a train. It's just in the walled city. There was this thing. He cut you off with a grunt. You were hallucinating, and you almost got yourself killed. Now get up and get back to that floating wreck that you sleep in. You don't get to die in here unless Mrs. Cheng says you do. Hello, all these people. Drop another save. That's a lot more karma than I thought. It's like, hey, have 3 karma. Sure, what am I at? 24? Whew. What could we do with all that karma? Well, we'll figure it out. We put a save. Let's talk to some people. Gonna be a talky bit, I think. A pair of dead-eyed transients lean against the abandoned car, their shoulders slumped. A pile of overstuffed bags lie in a heap on the sidewalk, spilling into the rain-choked gutter. The smaller of the pair looks down, notices that his bags are getting soaked, and does nothing. Seems like he's too exhausted to care. The shorter of the transients slowly shifts his attention to you. His voice comes out hollow and empty. You're one of Cheng's. It isn't a question. Auntie Cheng doesn't owe me? Or what's it to you? Remain silent. Remain silent. Fine, stay quiet. We're getting the hell out of here while we still can. If you're smart, you'll follow us. Everyone with half a brain is getting out of this place. Not me. Whatever's happening here, I'm going to figure out what it is. I'm going to fix it. You're either a fool or you're crazy. Nothing can fix what's coming for the walled city, and Heoi is way too close to that place for comfort. What do you mean, what's coming? Or just you getting the dreams too? You getting the dreams too? Just like when we were kids, we heard the stories of the Yama Kings. The two exchanged glances. They weren't just dreams this time, they were signs, warnings. What kind of warnings? The kind you don't ignore. Jesus Christ. He stoops to begin pulling his bags off of the sidewalk and out of the gutter. Come on, Shen, it's time to go. Well, that sucks. Talking. Let's go to Chrome Alley. I think we've probably talked to Ambrose enough, but let's find out. We're done. Okay. Thanks, Ambrose. There was someone else up here. Refugee, tried enforcer. That's interesting. A pair of men, refugees from the looks of them, stand near the city entrance. They're absorbed by their conversation, voices low. The elf sways nervously as he speaks, but the human is steadfast. His gravelly words are harder to make out than the elf's, but you can hear the agitation in them. Neither man seems aware of your presence. Telling you, first chance we get, we gotta get out of here. Leave the country. Things are so backed up that even if the walled city were gutted and cleaned tomorrow, we'd still be wading through the fallout. Prejudice wouldn't just disappear. The elf's head dips up and down in agreement. I know, you're right. You always are. I spoke to my sister. She's on board. Didn't take much convincing either. Those few of us who know about the monsters don't want to be anywhere near the city. Things like that, they leave a mark on a place and will never be right again. Did you say something about monsters? Monsters? No, you must have misheard me. No monsters here, only corporate tyrants. What a silly thing to mishear. Monsters. Lets out a forced chuckle. That's right. Monsters. He keeps his voice low without breaking eye contact. He leans in towards you. The Yama Kings. He pats the back of his flustered friend. It's all right, Lauren. Might as well start talking about it. Not everyone's going to believe us, but those who do can prepare themselves. Like us. Lauren sways uncomfortably, dips his head up and down in agreement. The man continues. It started as a whisper, a rumor. The Yama Kings are coming to feast on us, the walled city. But we took it for what it was, superstitious bullshit. That is, until things started happening. Now, the walled city's always been its own kind of hell, but these last few months, somehow, things started getting worse. People got more aggressive. Others started to spiral emotionally, and our dreams grew more intense, more frightening. Elf refugee, it's the Yama Kings, we're sure of it. They're going to destroy our souls and our bodies. We have to leave, but there are so many people who can't. I wish we could take them all, Aaron. A small tremble shakes his willowy frame. Human refugee, I guess this is Aaron. Impossible, Lauren. Most we can do is save ourselves. Let's just concentrate on getting out of this alive. All right? Aaron returns his hard gaze to you. So now you know, monsters, Yama Kings, are descending upon us from their ethereal thrones, coming to rip our essences apart. The sooner we get out here, the better. Yeah. I understand. There's something dark at work in the walled city, and you're wise for wanting to get out of here, but you better get out of here soon. Things are really starting to heat up. Lauren looks at Aaron, fear in his eyes. Yes, soon. My sister's ready whenever we are. Aaron gives him a curt nod. All right, we'll make plans right away. Thanks, stranger. You probably didn't mean me telling you that, I guess. One of Kindly's enforcers bars the path from the walled city into Heoi, blocking the walkway with his body. A woman in a ragged shawl stands in front of him, her hands clasped, begging to be let through. He doesn't move. Troll transient, please, you have to let me through. My husband and children are already in Heoi. I need to meet them. I have to... Nice try, but back off. You don't get in here. No one else does. Damn it. I don't want to get into a beef with this dude. Probably listen to what he says. His boss owns this town. I mean, the humanity of it, it's like, she could be lying, she might not be lying. I'm caught in a border dispute. This is such a minor choice, and yet I'm sweating this super hard. It's like, what would I rather do? I mean, I'm gonna save people. Yeah, sure, why not? Isn't my decision. Auntie Cheng gave orders. Besides which, there's 100,000 other beggars behind her who just love to get in here. They've been banging at the gates all day. You think I should let them all through? I don't care if you help them or not. Just please help me. Think of my family. I don't know your family, woman. You probably don't even have one. I, on the other hand, do have people in Haoi. If I disobey Auntie Cheng, what happens to them won't be pretty. I mean, it's fair. She is just trying to keep the peace. Kindly care about the refugees passing through Haoi. I mean, if it was like because they're leaving, that's one thing, but I think it really, yeah, she's just trying to keep the peace. And we're going to do something about this. We're heroes. Exactly. With everything that's going down, the last thing Kindly wants us to worry about is the population of Haoi suddenly tripling, so we aren't taking anybody, period. The refugee's tear streak face twists into a snarl. Pig bastard. You won't let us through? I'll come back with so many others you can't hope to stop us. It'll be like Area 51 all over again. We can't stay in the walled city, not with what's coming. We won't. You be my guest, woman. Bring as many friends as you like. He pats a conspicuous bulge under his jacket. Make sure to have a bullet for each of you. Hi, Freddy. I feel as if... Yep. We're done here. Maybe talk to Shen. Got nothing. Alright, we're going to see Kindly. I guess I can go see Law real quick, though. Law raises his VR goggles as you approach. His eyes are deep brown, surrounded by premature wrinkles. He squints at the light, blinking. He never takes these off normally. He seems at a loss for words. Hey, Beach, His voice is subdued. I just want to say I'm sorry. I didn't mean to, put anyone in danger. Lesson learned. Don't worry about it. Pulls his VR goggles back down. I guess Shadowrunning's a darker business than I thought. It is what it is. You just have to play by certain rules. Yeah, well, whatever the rules are, I don't want anything to do with it. I'm not like you, Beach. I'm not some carnivore. I don't want to be one. Law looks pensively around the docks. I want to get out of here, Beach. I want to get onto something bigger. Rain drizzles, torn tarpaulins flap weakly in Docks Creek. The odors of garlic, sizzling fish, ginger, onions, raw sewage, and industrial effluent mingle in the heat. This place is kind of a shithole, isn't it? Yeah, the dead fish and acid rain really tie it all together. Law laughs. They do, don't they? Well, for now, it's home. Dealing tech is my way out of here. Guess it makes my strategy clear. Law breaks into a rascally grin. Welcome to Law's Technology Pals, Beej. What useless junk can I sell you? Are you back in good terms with Wampoa? Yeah, we're good. We're Tech Tribe. If you don't mess up every so often, you aren't trying, right? Your code never breaks. It's not pushing the limit. Jesus Christ. Law snickers. Sometimes things gotta go boom! He purses his lips in thought. I gotta pay my dues, but I'll rise in the tribe. It just takes time. No offense, but that's all the tribe business I want to talk. Taking this information hygiene thing seriously. Anything else on your mind? I'm not curious about tech. See you later, Law. See you later, Beej. Watch out for yourself, Carnivore. Long live the boom. Let's talk to my favorite players down here. Hey, Geen. You approach the small landing and something immediately feels off. The normal energy surrounding the podium is different. Tense. The three men are gathered close together, hunched over the go board and murmuring in low voices. You realize that no one is playing. The pieces are set and it looks like a game's in progress, but something else has the player's rapt attention. Suddenly, Lao seems distracted. He straightens up, and his hands reach around to press in the small of his back. He seems surprised by something, and his hands quickly fall to his sides. Lao looks away from his companions and sees you watching them. He signals for you to move closer. Geen. Oh, just what we need. Geen rubs his temples in an exaggerated display. Shu's eyes eagerly seek you out and land on your face with silent relief. He gives you a shy smile. Welcome back, Beej. Just wanted to check in, maybe talk more about the dreams. Lao. An eerie mood sweeps over the three men, their previous energy replaced with uncomfortable stillness. The men's moods appear to shift between fear and sadness. A silent minute passes before Lao speaks. I'm surprised that you haven't heard. These dreams have taken a local man's life. Was I there? I forget. Oh, right, that dude, yeah. I know, I was there, had to see what's going on, how you guys are doing. Your kindness is appreciated. We're doing well enough, though we're struggling with this new reality the dreams have presented us. His voice drops. There must have been something horrific to witness that man's death. To think he likely had his whole life in front of him, and just like that, he's destroyed by his dreams. Lao's face remains a mask of placidity, but his dark eyes betray his distress. We'd all do well to remember that this world is filled with dangers. For many of us outside the walled city, it can be easy to forget threats beyond sickness and age. Geen and Shu nod grimly to themselves. Shu picks up the subject. News of the walled city often falls on ears deaf to its blights. Very few people from outside the city care about what happens behind its walls, but as of late, it's become harder to ignore. People are starting to see the city. Geen, and it's a damn wretched sight. There's a darkness living at the heart of that place, and it isn't content to remain where it is. It's reached its toxic hands over the city's walls and is now poisoning us outsiders, even killing us. Lao. The attack was subtle. It infected us through our dreams, and now... Lao raises his right hand, opens and closes it. He turns it over and stares at the veins snaked beneath the skin's surface. We are changing. Geen, I feel it as well, Master Lao. Different somehow. Geen smashes his fist onto the go board, disturbing the tiny stones. That slum should have been bulldozed years ago. Shu's voice is sad but soothing. You know well as I that such a thing is impossible. People live there, tens of thousands of them. Where would they go? He sighs. I feel it too, the change. What we're changing into, I don't know. It's just like in my dream. We're sitting on the threshold of something great. Great and terrible. Beej, if you can get to the bottom of this, there'll be more than just us Go players eager to thank you, but please, hurry. I'll do everything I can. Hang in there. And maybe Matthew. Let's go over here. Anything sitting around in a boat that I can just steal? Nope. Let's talk to Matthew. Oh, nope. He's doing fine. All right. Where's Kindly? The walk through the mahjong parlor is punctuated by the tantalizing smell of coconut and fried confection. Your crew surrounds Kindly Chang, watching uncomfortably as she peels small egg-shaped delicacies from a waffle-like pastry and pops them into her mouth. Each time she does, her eyes close in ecstasy and soft sound comes from her throat. There you are, Beach. Your crew here tells me that you were able to locate and interrogate the plastic-faced man. The straw sandal's eyes narrow and her rusty voice takes on a jagged edge. They haven't told me his current disposition, however. I assume everything went as instructed. Of course he's dead. I am Beej, aren't I? Yes, Auntie, you took one of Josephine's pieces off the board. I think I like that better. Kindly Chang's nostrils flare with a sharp inhale and her eyes glisten in triumph. That was for you, Nightjar. I trust you got something useful out of him? We got plenty. Duncan sounds eager. He gave us a data dump on everything he knew about Prosperity Tower, first-hand info. Josephine's headquarters. She puts down the pastry, rubs her nose, considering. That could be useful, I suppose. What do you intend on doing with it? Duncan, we're going to rescue Raymond. He's alive, Auntie, just like I said he was. Josephine's holding him in there. She's doing something to his brain. Kindly, something to his brain? She takes another bite of her pastry. What is that old bitch up to now? Isabel, based on the memory that Mr. Plastic showed us, it sounds like she tried to rewire her son's memory using something called ASSIST, Artificial Sensory Induction Systems technology. It allows the user to record, process, and feed synthetic sensory input to the brain. Kindly, like a SimSense chip? Isabel, yes, Auntie, it's the technology that led to SimSense. It's also what allows Deckers to enter the Matrix and grants riggers a neural connection to their drones. An expert assist technician could alter someone's personality, memory, even identity. Guessing experts like that don't grow on trees. Definitely not. Changing someone's memories requires a world-class expert in assist and a massive amount of computing power. Not sure exactly what they're doing to him, but I'm guessing that his mom wants him to forget something, or to remember it differently, maybe. We have no idea what that is. Isabel hesitates. No clue. All we know is that she's holding him in Prosperity Tower while her people work on him. Duncan, this woman takes depravity to a whole new level. She's rewiring her son's brain? Wu rubs his head in frustration. Who the hell does that? Isabel, let's stay focused, Duncan. Isabel turns to the rest of us. Mr. Plastic dropped us a couple terabytes of data on Prosperity Tower right out of his brain. Gunshow and I have been studying it. Lots of good intel to mine there. Just what we need to take around the place and hope to get it alive. How do we make our approach? Fortunately, Prosperity Tower is one of Tsang's lower security locations. It's mostly administrative, marketing, that sort of thing. Kindly, that's good. Kindly turns to her enforcer. Mr. Bao, give the runners those old Tsang security passes you used at the hijacking last year. Strangler Bao, yes, Mrs. Chang. They'll get them. Those passes should get you through the lobby. The Triad boss pokes a fingernail between her teeth and dislodges a piece of pastry. You'll still have to explain your presence speed, so don't expect to just walk on through. What about that junk data you held on after the whooshing run, Isabel? Anything in there we can use? Good thinking, and I'm already ahead of you. I scoured the leftover whooshing paperwork and found a way to change our status to special couriers. We can use that to pose as a third-party whooshing uses to deliver important packages. Duncan, that'll work for a while, but we can't expect to stay in cover for long. One way or another, things are going to get hot. Loading dock sounds like the edge we need. Let's do it. Okay, I'll get us booked into Isabel. Okay, I'll get us booked into the Tsang system and print off some matching papers. We'll need a van to make it look legit. Kindly Chang. Bow? Strangler Bow. Consider it done. Alright, so what about security? How do we get to Raymond? The key to Isabel. The key to this operation are the 3 security stations located on different floors. The matrix systems in these security stations are the command and control hubs for the building's entire building's security. As such, they're the best place to find out where Raymond Black is being held. Alright. Gobbet. That's all we got on his location? Duncan. All we know is that he's being held somewhere called Lab 12. But where that is or how to get in there is something we will need to figure out on site. Isabel. If things go hostile, the best thing to do is get to an alarm panel or matrix security node and shut things down. If we're noticed, we'll have a brief window to cut the link to the alarm system. If we do that, it will isolate the whole floor from the security system. The rest of the building won't know what's happening there. If the alarm goes off and we cut the link to the alarm system, we can spoof the system, tell it we've moved on to another location. Duncan, that might work once or twice, but if we spoof too many alarms, they'll figure it out. Alright, how long is the brief window? maybe 30 seconds, maybe less if the network isn't cluttered with traffic. It's there as a failsafe so security doesn't stampede all over the building if a janitor forgets to close the door. But guards, quantity, training. Duncan, standard corp security for the most part, but Sang hits a rapid response squad for higher priority events. Gobbet, that would be us. Is Gobbet right? Do you think an intrusion into Lab 12 qualifies as a high priority event? Duncan, judging by the way Grandma Sang took out Carter, Gutshot, and Nightjar, I'd say she's interested in anyone getting anywhere near her son. Expect to face Sang's elite security once we find him. Alright, what else do we have in the security stations? Staffing, weaknesses. Isabel, only one thing worth mentioning. Isabel looks over to Wu. Duncan, the only way into a security station is with a key card, and guards on each floor carry a card to the station on that floor. Isabel, so we can get a card by taking them out, but there may be other ways of getting key cards. Wu crosses his arms across his chest. Like I said, the security stations are the key to this operation. They provide multiple opportunities to exploit the system and determine how to approach the rest of our incursion. We go as quiet as possible until we have no choice. We don't need an entire building of security on us. Roger that. We'll be quiet as rats. Gobbet, I see what you did there. So what station do we hit first? Little Isabel purses her lips. No way to know. We'll need to take one of them and use it to determine our next step. It's like we have directions to go find a map. That's all I need to know about security. Duncan, let's hope it's given us enough of an edge. Alright, now how do we stop Assist from rewiring Raymond? All I know is that an assist device is located in Lab 12. It's the only one in the building. Now, I doubt that Grandma will just hand over the passcodes to her system if we ask nicely. So we'll need a Decker to access the assist device and eject him from the system safely before she scrambles his brain. What does the Decker need to do to eject him safely? Isabel, like I said, we don't know. We are going to have to improvise, figure that out when we get there. But that's all I need to know. One more other thing. While I was helping Duncan verify as much of this data as I could, I decided to collect our marker with Bull and his team of runners. Good call. We'll need all the help we can get. Isabel looks up at Wu, her eyes big and round. Yeah, no kidding. Turns out Bull and our runner friends hit Sang a few months back. Low rent smash and grab for another corp, but they got a quick scan of the building's matrix security before they rabbited. They gave us data flags that pinpoint where these security nodes are inside of Sang's system. Yes! It was worth it! So when we jack into a security station, we'll be able to make a direct attack on the security node. That could just buy us a second, so we'll need to cut the alarm link. Guess that marker was useful. Kindly cuts in, licking her fingers with loud smacking noises. One more thing, Beej. While you're in her headquarters, look for anything we can use to incriminate or embarrass Josephine Sang. I want dirt, something I can feed to an acquaintance on the executive council, someone who stands to gain from it. Does this dirt come with a cash bonus? She pops another egg treat in her mouth and her eyes close tight with pleasure. Of course, my sweet. Of course. Now go enjoy Prosperity Tower. She smiles wolfishly and give Josephine Sang my regards. Alright, we are high on karma. Packed with karma. Shadowrun really satisfies. Now that I think about it, it should be packed with peanuts, Snickers really snatisfies. And just never acknowledge that they say snatisfies. Safe boat. Oh, wait. No, hang on. No boat. Let's go buy some cool stuff. Got an hour left. We're about to do a bunch of other talky shit. Alright, Crafty, what you got for me? Hey there. Still don't have any new information on the Yama Kings or the Dreams. I think we're going to have to wait and see how things shake out. Well, then show me your wares. Weapons! I am tricked out like a boss. I already have your finest coat. I can't do any of this shit. I have some good high-end things, which is nice. Man, that blur's real fun. buy some nicer of these guys. I was just browsing. Thanks, Crafty. Now I get to go to the boat. Mission computer. I have an unread message. Hope it helps. From Dreamland to Beach. Good luck with your whole what happened to my father thing. Rough deal. If nothing else, I hope the people responsible get what's coming to them. My neural inhibitor program helps get you some payback. Thanks, D. You have no active job. Wait. Outbound matrix connection not found. Please stand by. All the stuff I've saved. Shadowland BBS. Oh, landfall, T-minus 24. We are T-minus 24 hours for Typhoon Usagi to cross ashore. I'm signing off until tomorrow sometime. See detached list of Met sites if you wish to follow some storm progress. White Prism. Typhoon Usagi's periphery will strike Hong Kong within the next 24 hours, with the eye crossing ashore near the Sanshoujian Pingjiajian megaplex, 80 kilometers southwest of Hong Kong. Usagi is weakened, but meteorologists warn it is still a very destructive storm. Severe damage and flooding are expected in the direct storm path. We now go to a special warning from the HKPF. Stay inside your house! Chief Inspector Crate. The HKPF and the Security Subcommittee of the Executive Council advise all residents to shelter in place and stay connected to Matrix hardlines. A curfew is in effect beginning at 1600 hours. We all know what that means. Strong electromagnetic interference is expected, shutting down wireless communications. Hong Kong will experience moderate winds and extremely heavy precipitation. Landslides and minor runoff flooding are expected. Citizens are advised to avoid hillside roads and under no circumstances to enter drainage troughs, even to recover lost belongings or to attempt rescues. Call emergency personnel who are specially trained and equipped to save lives. The automatic 6 Juing Wall was activated at 6:30 this morning, enclosing Victoria Harbor, blocking incoming waves and limiting the storm surge experienced in the harbor to 1/2 meter. The Port Authority indicates that its seawater pump capacity will be easily sufficient to prevent a destructive rise in harbor level, but rolling brownouts are likely as electricity is routed to the seawall's pump arrays. Where has everybody gone on the boards? Kong Ming. Does the term crunch mean anything to you? Blood Meridian. People are running. Won't all security forces be on high alert during the storm? Blood Meridian. It's a sheer question of resource coverage, Kong Ming, like arson in old UCAS cities on Halloween. There are innumerable targets across the Kong. A high alert can't be maintained at even a fraction of them, though through a typhoon. This is the fight the A teams on both sides always know is coming. Blood Meridian. Can't the Corps just plan ahead and hire more people? Kong Ming. Blood Meridian, are you there? Anyone? Kong Ming. No more posts in this thread. Post pay data. I have no pay data. I'm not collecting anything either. We are done. Shall we have a chatter? Welcome back. Any thoughts of that last run? Another betrayal. You would think that I'd be used to that by now, but I'm most assuredly not. That said, Zhao Zi's gambit failed him. Josephine Tsang's plans have been laid bare, and we are in a position to act on this knowledge. The upper hand is ours. Your murder of the plastic-faced man is bittersweet. He was an enemy, yes, and he needed to die. But the work that he'd done on his face was superb. He would have had a place in the tomorrow that I strive to bring about. Instead, he has a place in the ground. And that is objectively tragic, all other considerations aside. What else would you have of me? I gotta go. Goodbye, my friend. Have an enjoyable evening. Box. We looked in the box. Alright, chopsticks. There's other things to look at. Glancing through the box of mementos, you spot a few hitherto unseen items lying near the surface of Gaichi's mess of knickknacks, a pair of chopsticks with stained tips, and a torn-out page from a book covered in Japanese writing. Examine the chopsticks. The chopsticks are a simple affair. Black lacquer, obviously cheap and mass-produced. Whatever reason Gaichi has for keeping them, it isn't their age or quality. Taking a closer look at the chopsticks, it becomes apparent that they have seen some rough use. The lacquer near the tips is chipped and flaking away, revealing the wood beneath. The wood itself is stained a dark brown and is encrusted with something. Why do you keep these chopsticks? Gaichi bursts into unexpected laughter, almost dropping his sword as he doubles over. He manages to gasp out a sentence after a long moment. Oh my goodness, I had forgotten those were in the box. He takes a few deep breaths, composing himself. Raising his sword, Gaichu returns to his practice. Tell me, have you ever heard of Tetsuya Nakamura? Is he somebody important? He was a member of Shiawase's upper management for many years, running most of Shiawase and Envirotech's agricultural development. A very bright star in the corporate world. He died in 2052, and those chopsticks are what I killed him with. Chopsticks? Really? They were the closest thing to a weapon I had at hand. Nakamura took his security very seriously and employed several highly augmented bodyguards. It was only through several months of extensive planning that we were able to get near him at all. When faced with a challenge, one is often forced to improvise with what is at hand. We'd studied Nakamura's schedule painstakingly, particularly his twice-monthly trips to Neo-Tokyo. In Osaka, Shiawase's presence would have made any attempt at his life functionally impossible. In Neo-Tokyo, though, in studying his movement patterns, we discovered that he would eat at a particular French restaurant in Ginza every second trip at precisely 8:30 in the evening. It seemed that he had a secret lover who lived in Roppongi, and he was visiting him during his business trips. Owing to this secrecy, he would give his bodyguards the night off when the two met. The restaurant in question was famous for its molecular gastronomy and the precision of their chefs, not to mention the view from the 38th floor. We managed to secure reservations near Nakamura's usual table, but only for two of us. It was decided that Sasaki and I would be the pair to kill Nakamura. Ishida and Aomori would wait one floor below, and Takagawa would keep watch from a nearby skyscraper. We carried small but high-powered pistols as well as tactical knives. We expected it to be easy. So what went wrong? As I rose to draw my pistol at Nakamura, his lover somehow knew what was happening. He shrieked, "Bloody murder!" and burst into flames. We discovered after the fact that he was a very powerful mage, but we hadn't discovered that in his surveillance. We hadn't discovered that in our surveillance. Somehow he managed to throw a barrier over the two of them that deflected my bullets. When I pulled my knife, it had turned red hot. I was forced to drop it. Sasaki engaged him in contest of wills. I'm not sure how that kind of magic works, but could not shatter his barrier. She was too busy dodging the lightning bolts he was throwing, and since the flames had set off the fire system, well, it was not easy. Nakamura broke and ran, and I pursued him. He had a small hold-up pistol, a PB-120 or something similar, and I grabbed the nearest weapon I could find. Gaichu gestures towards you with the tip of his sword. Those chopsticks. I slid them up his brainstem through the trachea. He died without making a sound. Not that I would have been able to hear it over the sound of Aomori's machine gun rattling away one floor below. Apparently, the bodyguards were not truly given the night off and were still nearby. What happened to Nakamura's lover? Gaichu chuckles, tilting his head up towards the ceiling as he recalls the memory. Takagawa managed to punch through his barrier with a well-placed .408 caliber slug from across the street. It didn't kill him, but it broke his concentration. Sasaki finished the rest. With the windows blown out, we fast roped down the side of the building and disappeared into the night. It was not the cleanest job, but it was very memorable. I still remember the smell, ozone and bechamel mixing with the cordite and Veuve Clicquot. Let's look at that page. The page is old, and the highly stylized calligraphy is handwritten. The style is so artistic, in fact, as to be functionally illegible to you. Oh, that is... alright. This page seems to be missing a book, Gaichu. Gaichu nods in agreement, and he steps forward to deliver a cross-cut to the air in front of him. Yes, but that page is all I wanted from the book. I look out from the cloudless mountain at moonlight on the sea, its islands so many rents in a sheet of ice. Gaichu pivots on the ball of his heel, thrusting the tip of his sword into the darkness of the room. The poet Saigyo. He was a master of conveying a sense of solitude and emptiness, and I've always found that poem to echo what I feel inside myself. Are you the mountains or the islands? Maybe just how so? So often it feels as if I am contained within a ball of ice, floating through this void of this life, cold and solitary. The moments I can share with those who have truly mattered to me chip through that frost and let me scream out that I am not alone. Leave the box alone. Talk to Gaichu properly. Welcome back. What can I do for you, Beach? What do you think about that last mission? I wasn't on it. Here we go. A strange affair, I confess. When Jiazi betrayed us, I was concerned. It seemed that your quarry would slip from your grasp once more and that the puppet master Josephine Tsang would remain in the shadows. Josephine's oversight in allowing Jiazi to live was a terrible mistake. Surprised you chose to kill him. At first I assumed it was due to loyalty to kindly Cheng. I didn't. I subdued. Then I thought it must have been for your father, and then I realized it does not matter. I guess it has to do with the plastic-faced man. Okay, we are alone in darkness and we will die in it. All that we can do is eliminate any threat we face. The plastic-faced man was assuredly a threat. It didn't slide together so easily. Is there anything else I can do for you? No, we're done there. Let me look in your box one more time. Ah, a vial and a plush octopus. It remains as I left it, disorganized and full of strange curios. Let's look at the vial. A small vial is filled with clear fluid, and a small brownish-gray worm is floating inertly within. There's no label or any markings on the cork to indicate what the worm is or why Gaichu has kept it. Gaichu, do you collect worms? Gaichu grunts, not bothering to look at you. Hyamadipsa zelanica, the Japanese mountain leech. Okay, but why keep it? At this, Gaichu turns to face you, and you see that he is grinning wickedly. Have you heard the story of Izanami and Izanagi? I sure fucking have! It's a Japanese creation myth. Yes, the same. Most Japanese know that Izanami and Izanagi birthed out 8 children, and each one becoming an island in the archipelago. Far fewer know that these were not the pair's first child, however. The pair's first child was known as Hiruko, the leech child. It was deformed and disgusting, without limbs or bones. As a creature that sucked blood, it was a parasite and served no useful purpose. So they cast it into the sea. Some say that Hiruko became Ebisu, the god of luck and fishermen. But I believe that to be a later confusion. In the oldest tales, Hiruko lurks in the darkness at the edge of civilization, avoided by the kami, but unmolested by them. As the first child of Izanami and Izanagi, he had great power and could destroy any kami that attempted to harm him. Perhaps it is a reflection of my own state, but I like this story. The creature of disease and disgust that cannot be killed because it is too powerful, yet is forever condemned to stay in the distance beyond the firelight. A little like myself, no? Examine the plush. The story of Izanami and Izanagi is interesting because it's like, if I remember correctly, it's like they meet and is it Izanagi thrusts the tip of his spear into the ocean and stirs it around, and Izanami walks around his spear once and talks to him, walks around it again and talks to him, walks around it 3 times and talks to him, and Izanagi gets upset because he should be the one to talk first. So I think it was that she tried 3 times to talk to him, and he was like, no, I should be the one to talk first. And so then he walked around the spear, he talked, he spoke, and then a lot of foam rose up from where the spear was grinding in the water, and the foam turned into the islands. And it's about fucking! Examine the plush octopus. The ragged plush animal has seen better days. The purple fuzz has been mostly worn away, exposing the fabric underneath, and there are slightly darker spots on both sides of the toy's body, presumably where eyes once were. Before you can even ask a question, Gaichi raises a hand to silence you. His name is Tako-kun. My mother gave him to me. No, I am not ashamed of this. Never be ashamed of keeping something your mother gave you. Gaichu's eyes narrow, and he sniffs at you as he's trying to determine whether you're making fun of him. There is almost nothing in my life I have to remind me of my family. This is the thing I kept to serve that purpose. Okay, but why an octopus? Because I like octopi? Gaichu still seems octopodes. Still seems uncertain whether he should be angry or not. An octopus is a clever creature. It knows how to conceal itself, how to open jars, escape from tanks. There are worse things to be reborn as an octopus. I've always admired them for their talents. No one knows what an octopus is thinking when they look into its eye. They only know that they are being studied just as much as they are studying it. With that, Gaichi reaches out to take the plush toy, placing it gingerly back in the box. Leave the box alone. We are done there. I'll touch it one more time. Ah, there's a hairpin. The hairpin is delicately crafted with a long golden stem terminating in a chain of orchids that dangle upon a thin chain. Nice. Examining this chain more closely, you observe a thin fiber optic wire twining between the links, back upward into the stem. There is a small switch near the base of the stem and dumbly connected to the fiber optic wire. Flip the switch! At the touch of your finger, the hairpin springs to life. Colored light, blue and purple, plays along the edges of the orchid. Subtle holograms project from the blooms, filling the air with a twinkle of stardust, 1,000 glittering motes. The hairpin's stem produces a quiet, delicate melody that is full of melancholy. After a moment, the song ends, and the room is once again plunged into deep silence. Glancing at Gaichu, you see that he's turned his back to you, and you realize that he has stopped breathing. Should I not have done that? I am fine. Do not concern yourself. The rough edge in his voice, however, says otherwise. Gaichu takes a deep breath and begins again. That hairpin belonged to a friend. It was a gift I gave her while we walked along the banks of the Katsuda River near Arashiyama. She must have been special. She was, to me anyway. But I have not thought of those days in many years. It was a more innocent time for me. Gaichu finally turns towards you, expression unreadable. Her name was Sayuri. We met in a spring seminar, an elective on Heian-era court poetry. I was trying to eliminate one of the softer electives I needed to complete my degree. Cocking his head, Gaichu puts a hand to his chin. Have you ever met someone and known within seconds that you would be close? Yes, not often, but sometimes. Then you know the feeling I'm speaking of. Gaichu draws a claw down the length of his jaw. Yet there I was, and I knew it. It was not a romantic understanding, but rather that I knew, somehow, that our lives were intertwined. Naturally, we saw more and more of each other over the following weeks, and I suppose friendship turned to something more, as these things do. Gaichu wraps his arms around his torso, looking away. I did not have many friends, and never have, but she was that, and more. She was studying chemistry, which is about as far from global security studies as one can imagine. We had little in common, but it was still more than I really felt with anyone else. Looking back at you, Gaichu shrugs. It was an unconscious relationship because it was easy. I never needed to think about it. What happened? She did not approve of my plans to join Renraku. She found the youth brigade to be offensive and asked me not to devote my life to military pursuits, but I believed I had to. I had set my course and could not change my mind. I refused. She left me. Sayuri said she could not be with someone that would devote himself to murder. She returned the hairpin and told me to keep it to remind me of her when I was deep in the bowels of Renraku's military machine. One way or another, we all end up making sacrifices. Gaichu sighs, nodding. Of course, this is a lesson I've been taught time and again, and no doubt will continue to learn until I die. Plucking the hairpin from your fingers, Gaichu turns it delicately around in his fingers as he feels the shape. I keep this to remind myself of the things we have to give up in pursuit of what we think is best, but few of us ever really know what it is that we want, not truly. We simply grasp at mirages that we think will fulfill us. Humans tie themselves to other people with the most tenuous of strings, thinking that love will fill the emptiness inside us. When that fails, we tell ourselves it was not meant to be, that fate or destiny would have wrenched us apart. But that is a convenient lie. It is up to us, and only up to us, to make our futures. So I feel that it would behoove me to never forget the things I've given up in pursuit of the better option. I do not dwell on the past, nor am I haunted by it, but it would be doing Sayuri a disservice to forget what she wanted for me. Gaichu places the hairpin back in the box, turning away. There's nothing more in his box of memories. Alright, have a good night, Gaichu. Yeah, this might end up being a talkie talk quite a bit. There's just my shit all over the place now. Leaving things on the floor. My rope is out. I left my rope out. Hi, Duncan. Hi, Duncan. Welcome back. What'd you think about that last run? Duncan, you mean extracting the plastic face man? Wu frowns and his answer comes out in a low rasp. I knew we'd eventually find that guy, but getting the information out of him before he brainwiped was tense. At least we know that Raymond's alive now. His lips tighten over his teeth. I fucking knew it! Now we need to get him out of Prosperity Tower before Grandma reprograms him. Man, she sounds like a piece of work, doesn't she? Maybe we'll get to say hi when we bust into her headquarters. Grabs his goggles off his bunk. I want to see if there's a family resemblance before I drop her. Anyway, enough about that. Need anything else? Now, let's just talk later. It's funny, right? It's like, we're not supposed to kill her. Would it be terrible if we did? Beej, you're back. Walled City question? Nope, got nothing. What do you think about the last run? We're close, Beej. We're so close I can taste it. A few more hours, maybe a day or two, and you'll have your father back. Josephine Sang is going to get what's coming to her for you, me, especially for Nightjar, Gutshot, and Carter. We've got the plastic-faced man to thank for it. I wouldn't have killed the plastic-faced man if I were in your shoes. He was a guy doing a job just like us. But it was your call, and he knew the risks when he decided to get into his life. I can't fault you for it because you're not me. Just remember that everybody out there has a story, even if you don't know it. Anything else you want to know? No, we're done doing that. Carter was Duncan's partner from Lone Star. Yeah, Gobbet, tell me about that last run. I think we're closing in on the end here, Beej. With the data we got from the plastic-faced man, Josephine's number is just about up. She grins, patting you gently on the arm. Just think, you'll be able to get your dad back. That's got to be worth something, right? Killing the plastic-faced man was probably the smarter course of action. I mean, I don't really have a personal stake in the matter, but not pissing off kindly is usually a checkbox I like to hit on every run. Letting him live would have been an unforgivable slight. As it stands now, everybody wins. Nice. So what else did you want to chat about? Nothing, I guess. We're done talking. Are we done talking? Same stuff, same stuff. Same stuff. Free bag of stuff, free bag of stuff. I mean, I think it's been less than a week for us being here, right? Like, I know we've slept a few nights, but is there any reason to do more than what I'm doing? 28 karma, Jesus, it just keeps going up. What would be helpful? I mean, yeah, that's fair, right? Like, maybe Phyrexian says I feel like each mission is about a week, and it's kind of like, feels like there's some room there for that. Take some throwing weapons. Just unarmed combat. Just disarm. Quickness. Can add spellbook slots, which is kind of nice. Throw another spell if there's something I wanted to get, like that frickin' dual blur. As often as we're stuck in the open, having dodge max might be good. I mean, that's physical attacks. Does that count against, like... Yeah, quickness just up, reduces the chance to be hit by enemy attacks. I could just basically bump a little of that up. 15... 24, so we can get up to 9. I guess, okay, so attacks are either physical or magical. Is that how that works? Is that you get shot? Oh, if you have high dodge, you're less likely to be attacked than their teammates. That, I guess, also helps me too, if I have a high enough dodge. But to get to 6 would take 3, 6, it'd take 10, 16. Wait, no, hang on, I did that wrong. That's 10, that's 15, that's 21. I could spend that there too if I wanted to. We haven't had to do any real checks that I've cared about where I've been like, oh, you know what I need to do is I need to put a whole bunch into biotech so I can, you know, it's like I haven't cared about having to do those biotech matches. Yeah. I don't know why that seems so appealing, just this loadout. I haven't done much spirit summoning, but I know we're coming up to a point in the game where it's like, I'm probably going to end up summoning some more spirits. But I've been doing just so much with conjuring that it's just kind of been like, you know, it's like, do I actually even go harder? Like, this seems like a really good idea. Like, okay, so things I don't understand, though, because this is... Okay, so this increases the chance to hit with offensive conjuring spells, which means that just having that, quickness does not affect me attacking at all. Because I'm just using Acid Bolt all the time. Or is it Acid Bolt's a weapon, and this is a chance to hit with offensive conjuring spells, as opposed to this with it, which is a chance to hit it with my Acid Bolt. Acid Bolt is a spell. Yes, but it also qualifies as a weapon, right? Like is it technically, it uses conjuring. I have to have conjuring in order to cast Acid Bolt, so I guess it must be this offensive conjuring spell. Okay. This just lets me not be hit by physical attacks. God. I just give myself a ton of hit points. Just now go from 40 to 80. And hey, guess what? Yeah, okay. So taking any more quickness doesn't really help. putting into dodge is the defensive side of quickness. Improves my chance to actually dodge attacks. And also less likely to be attacked outright than my teammates would be. Which, given that I'm kind of this glass cannon, willpower helps with aiming for spells, hermetic magic spells, and chi casting attacks. I mean, I could just sit on it and wait until we get into a situation where I need to up it, but... Especially if I need to, like, start a fight over or something. Be like, okay, you know, we're gonna reload from save, I'm gonna spend all my karma on something that'll actually help me. It's 10:40. We're gonna get into. All right. Prosperity Tower. Need a Decker, absolutely. Tower, need Ractor. Can only take my friends. This is a little rough. Trouble with having more people on board. I mean, this is definitely a, you know, for flavor, you gotta take Duncan. That makes the most interesting thing happening. My intention is to go from, I believe we start at 8:30, so I'm probably going to go until 11:30. We start a little later than normal. So yeah, so it's about 50 minutes. It's close to an hour more. Unless Heather is still here and she bursts in on me and she's like, no, we're going home now. And it's like, okay, then we're going home now. Because that's fair, right? It's late here. And we've been working all day. I had a phone call that I had to move, or we have to end up moving, at 9 o'clock this morning. So I had to be at the moon base very early. And I've been working for most of the day. I've had downtime, which has been nice too, but yeah. And then when I'm done here, I probably have to spend 10 minutes doing some other stuff. Setting up for backups and stuff, but yeah. Sphynexian. Any mission without Gobbet is a mission where we could have had Gobbet. Agreed. But she's not coming this time. And it would have been interesting, but there's too many opportunities where I like to see what's in vents, and Ractor's my best way of doing that. And this just kind of brings me back to like I want to do this run this way, but in a way it's like making myself into a shaman means that I don't get to take the shaman. And I could have just made myself into a decker or a rigger, and I could have been doing that. I mean, I love, like, Koshi I think has some really cool abilities, so that's fun too. But I could have been a decker, and then I could have had like more time to play with Gobbet, but here we are. So let's roll. And remember to hand out things to people. Prosperity Tower. Infiltrating the headquarters of a megacorp and locating Raymond Black will be challenge enough. Extricating him from his mother's assist device before his memories are permanently altered is another thing altogether. You hop the MTR South Island line and roll noisily down to the nearby island of Ap Le Chow, a dense forest of soaring skyscrapers and corporate greed. Amid them, blending innocuously with its neighbors, stands Prosperity Tower. Emerging from the MTR station, you find a delivery van waiting for you, just where Strangler Bao said it would be. You pull the van around the building to the loading dock of Tsang Mechanical Services and its CEO, Josephine Tsang. I expect Duncan to get shot. That's just a thing you can have. What if we just gave it to anybody to carry? What the hell would happen then? That's fair. I mean, you know, I'm thinking like, we have this thing. What if we just shot a? What if we just shot like? What if we need to shoot somebody with it? Then I have it with me. Anyway, all right. Let's give Duncan that weird gun. That could be a thing. That's me. Probably wondering how I got in this mess. That's Isabel. It's Ractor. That's Duncan. Yeah. Items, spells, items. Maybe it's not necessary to take it. I don't know. We have it. Why not just carry it? Sure. Confirm. Game auto-saved. Oh, no, I'm not going to do that. Oh, there's so much to do. Alright, so our primary things are discovering Raymond's location by hacking a security station, yes. Use a Decker to free Raymond, but also hack security network nodes to weaken Tsang's security, nodes hacked 0, and find evidence on Josephine Tsang. We are looking for pay data. Metallic scent hits you as you enter the loading dock, a swirl of gas, oil, and steel packing crates. The fluorescent lighting above casts a gross hue throughout the dingy garage. One of the lights in the corner is out, smashed in by the looks of it. It seems like the behind-the-scenes world of Tsang is just as dirty as its business practices. Not far in front of you stand a couple corporate workers unaware of, or at least indifferent to, your presence. Duncan, security may look light, but we're not in yet. Words will only get us so far. Things are bound to get heated eventually. Just prepare to cover your ass when the bullets fly. We've got a lot to get past before we can get to Raymond. Isabel, he's right. Keep our objective in sight. Kindly said we can find information on Raymond's location in the security stations. It'll be tricky getting into them, but once we do, that's also where we can cut the alarm system. Once we find Raymond, I'd be happy to help with his liberation. She wraps her fingers on her cyber deck. Oh, and for the Tsang security passes, we shouldn't rely solely on them. They'll help, but using them alongside our own wits will be most effective. All right, Tsang worker. The loading dock supervisor is glued to his monitor, his hand holding a sound piece up to his right ear. You hear a faint cheer come from the device, and he shoves his fist into the air in triumph. Score! With his eyes now off the screen, he spots you. Well, it's about time. He pauses as he takes in your appearance. You really a special courier Wu Jing sent to deliver our load of Enviro controller chips? None other than... Skepticism tints his expression. Let's see your credentials. Let's show the forged ID. You see his eyes dart over the ID. He glances at you before signing and pushing it away. Checks out. Huh. Delivery standards have really dropped these days. I know, right? We have a drone with us. Take that shipment to the security station in the sub-basement. This door here will lead you to the right floor. Once you check things in at the station, head back here. Don't wander off. Your clearance is for the sub-basement and the sub-basement only. The guards around here are strict as sin. Made a joke to one once and he nearly glared me in half. I swear, they must have their sense of humor surgically removed. Gotcha. Is it okay to leave the van here? Crew's on lunch. You have plenty of time. I'll buzz you in once you get back. Right, be back soon. Anything else? Let's go drop that load. Sign. Everywhere a sign. Maintenance manager. That is important. Let's look around a bit. That is a guard. First aid station. Oh yeah. Do we even have the code? No, we don't. Walk away. Elevators. Can't go in those yet. Locker room. What's over here? Door card reader. Sign. Security. A lot of little places for me to stand. That's handy. Alright, let's go to locker room. There's a conversation being had between an invisible person. Sang human maintenance worker. And who are you supposed to be? Show me your Sang security passes. First day I was told to report here. Well then, welcome to the shit show that is floor B3. Our boss is a dick, bad at everything, and loves to blame others. That's why the company put her down here. Any tips? Yeah, don't fuck up. You're at Sang now. Not even our god-awful boss would tolerate anything less than your best. In fact, I suggest you make it a habit to check in with her early. She hates it when people are late. And how much she enjoys pointing that finger. Stay on her good side. He locks his locker and heads out. He sure does. Open locker. Large and sturdy, protected by a simple keypad. Enter code. Don't know the code. Walk away. Where did those guys go? Oh, there's something. Loading dock, so we'll never get lost. Maintenance manager. You're greeted by the sight of a dwarf leaning against a desk, nose deep in a book. The plaque next to her hip reads, Maintenance Lead. She holds up her finger to silence you, eyes locked on her story. After a moment, she dog-ears her page and sets the book on top of the desk. By the way she sizes you up, you can tell that she's not in the business of making friends. Yes? Well, this sucks. Charisma 6. That seems like fun. Or corporate. Probably the passes are better. Though, on your own wits, don't use the passes too often. Charisma 6. She looks confused and slightly annoyed by your gung-ho attitude. Well, aren't we eager? You can count on me. Before you do anything around here, you gotta change all those ridiculous clothes. Hit the locker room and grab a uniform. Show some goddamn company pride. She studies you again, clearly unimpressed. At least they finally sent me somebody. Here, locker code. Enter code. What's the code? 2627. Locker opens with a faint click. Inside are shrink-wrapped Sang maintenance uniforms. Put on a uniform. Everyone puts on a uniform. They do. The rest of your team begrudgingly rifles through lockers, picking out uniforms closest to their size. One by one, they button up, and soon a hodgepodge of frumpy maintenance workers stand before you. Glad. I got some karma. Thank God, I didn't know what I'd do if I couldn't get some karma. Much better. Should I assume that this is your new sector? That's what they told me. Just a breath of relief. About time you got some help down here. I got a task to break you in fast. The autocoupler in the main terminal is out. Flow regulators need to restart. Engage its airflow mixers and report back to me. Use the maintenance terminal. Can I involuntarily hurt myself? That'd be good. Then I can go to the first aid room. A standard model terminal. Everything looks fairly basic, including its controls. You know, something flashing in the corner of the screen. Message titled Urgent. Open the message. Urgent, Young Thomas Maintenance Office. Lee, I need you to get your team together and fix the climate turbine. Make it top priority. It's been radiating heat on warm days and cooling on cold days. People around the office are getting pissy. Not going to take their shit on your behalf, so the longer you wait, the more your quarterly review will suffer. Thomas Young, Vice President of Building Maintenance. Attached to the message is a work order. Red sentence reads, accept task, yes, no. Well, why would we accept it? Reboot the controls. Walk away. Okay, we did the thing, right? Sure we did. Pressed a button and made the thing happen. I'm a maintenance worker. Good work, rookie. That's all I need for now. Why don't you take a break? Just do it outside of my office. I got a date with a new novel. Great. Oh, wait, did I mention the terminal had another maintenance request in it? Something about fixing a turbine. I accepted the task. She slams her head on top of her desk. What? You signed off on the goddamn turbine engine? We can't do that. I need at least a crew of 4 level 3 techs to even do an evaluation of that thing. I thought it might help us get ahead of things around here. Anger drains from her. She closes her eyes and rubs her temple. Shit, rookie. If you signed off on the order, we got to do it. This department is sunk. This is what we're going to do. You head to the turbine and I'll unlock admin controls from here. Now, this is a very important, very expensive piece of machinery, so you need to do exactly what I say. Got it? Or not, you're on your own. Got it. All right, try to repair the turbine. A live video window is open in the middle of the terminal screen. You see the face of the Ep14's maintenance manager glaring back at you. All right, rookie, I've started the turbine in standby mode, so his electronics should be working. I need you to troubleshoot the issue from your end while I reference the machine's manual on my end. Fuck. Now let's see. It says here you should start by repressurizing the hydraulics. There should be a program on your terminal specifically for monitoring and controlling the turbine. Once you're in there, select the hydraulics and hit the appropriate command. Done. Turbine hisses as the hydraulics pressurize. That's something. Indicator lights are still red, though. Sometimes the engine's seismoradar correction becomes misaligned, so try adjusting that. Jesus, yeah. A giant turbine to cool the building, but also on an earthquake fault. Because once that thing gets spinning, if it goes out of alignment, all that kinetic energy's got to go somewhere. Shouldn't need to move it more than a couple centimeters. Done. Machine remains unchanged. Huh, maybe the rotor speed needs to be recalibrated? And done. Something groans inside the turbine and the base of the rotor begins to rumble. Hey, that's it! Don't let the noise fool you. We've identified the problem. The rotor must have been recalibrated the opposite of what needed. One more try and it should fix the turbine. Give it a go. All right, I hope you're in for another like 20 minutes while we decide what to do. Like, if I break it, that seems like a bad idea. Yeah, if I break it, I definitely get fired. That's what it feels like to me. It probably hurts some people. It probably causes some weird shit happening. Right, it's like if I sabotage it, it breaks, and then you have to do new things. Like, I agree that Nia says if you break it, it might open new routes, because if I break it, if I sabotage it and it really shuts down, that it introduces a bunch of new irritating stuff going on. If you break it, it may finally demonstrate to your higher-ups why they aren't saving money by reducing maintenance's on-call timing. On-call time. Thank you, Rarer Monsters. Like, I want to see the job done properly. If I sabotage it, does she try to get me out of her hair? I mean, it might give me the code to get into first aid, like somebody might get hurt, and therefore I can get into first aid and help somebody and then try to fix it. Fix the person. Or, we saved a little earlier. I can always just roll this back and kind of jump around a little bit more pretty fast, because I already know where I need to go. So let's sabotage. Ah, yes. Objective failed. A thunderous grating noise rumbles from inside the machinery, followed by a loud explosion as a sheet of flame erupts from its top. What did you do? It's fine. Everything's fine here. Everything is fine. I'm not sure. Is it supposed to shoot fire? Damn it. Get your ass over to security. They're going to want a statement. That gets us to security. Bang on the door. Muffled, annoyed voice shouts from the other side. What? I'm the person who blew up the turbine. I'm supposed to make a statement? Lucky you. 1 second, I'll let you fill out the property damage forms on our terminal. Alright, come on in. Just don't go poking around security systems. Stick to the form. Terminal's in the back. Yeah, sure. Just wait a few minutes and try not to break anything. And this lets you jack in. So that gets me into this terminal. But I failed an objective. I think I would rather reload. From the autosave. It is an optional thing, but I'd rather reload and see what repairing it actually does. I mean, we could drop a save right now, and yeah, I'd rather fix it. I would feel better about myself. That is what I'm supposed to be doing. And I'm sure there are, yeah, other ways to get in there that doesn't involve, like, blowing up the turbine. But the flames were great, I agree. I would feel better about myself as a person who fixes things that I actually did try to fix the thing. It's fun to see it, though. Rewind is weird. I haven't been able to figure out exactly what it's supposed to do because it feels weird. It's like, it's supposed to step you back to wherever the previous save was that you made. I think it just instantaneously does that without you having to choose anything. I'm not sure it steps you back through immediate stuff. Because I've never really looked at it to figure out what it's supposed to do. We tried messing around with it one time, and I was like, oh, that's not really doing what I want it to do, so... Well, if the other way to get in there involves fighting dudes, then I'm just gonna roll. I'm gonna actually make some actual. I'm just gonna actually move back to a better save. I'll make better saves this time. Did we? What are we doing? What is going on? There we go. Okay. Rewind is meant as an emergency tool to get out of soft locks. It's not really precise. I cannot wait to take care of that little weird soreness in the back of my throat. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? Well, it's fine. This is where it's saved. Lovely. Well, we can do this rather fast. Reactor needs more stuff to keep him alive. I can give Duncan that thing if I wanted to. I guess I could take a second one of those, but I think we're probably fine. I think we're fine. Yes. That's fine. We get through this really fast. Confirm. Wait. Exit. I was like, it put us somewhere that didn't look like where we were supposed to be. All right, we're just gonna fly through this. Because all this is just the same stuff to get inside. None other than, show them your ID. Only have a few choices. Leave the van here, be back soon. Save. Create a new save. Maybe we'll have a slightly different conversation with those people. No idea what's over there. I could talk to either of them. Saying orc maintenance worker. Who are you supposed to be? Saying security passes. How about a tour? No chance. Rotation's over, then take my 3-day break. But hey, word of advice. Make it a habit to check in with the boss early. She hates it when people are late. It's how much she enjoys pointing her that finger. Stay on her good side. He locks his locker. They both head out. Or are they actually leaving? Ah, yes. They just fade away. It'd have been funny if the guard standing there, like, reacted, was like, holy shit, did you just blow up the turbine? You idiot? Okay, let's talk to her. Charisma is how we did this before. You can count on me. Here's a locker code. Oh, neat. Rewind lets you move between autosave points you've already triggered and or copy the current save, so you can test different options without needing 1,000 save files. Cool idea. 2627. Enter code. Put on a uniform. Everyone put on a uniform. Here we go. I have another karma. I go look at the door card reader. Walk away. I do like that by having this here, it's like, you know there's something in there that you want to deal with. thing. God, what if I didn't pick the turbine job? Right? Let's put a save down now. Actually, what if I just use this as not... Well, we're here. Maintenance terminal. Open the message. Accept the work order. We're gonna fix that turbine because we're a doer. We make shit happen. Longer the request set in the system, the worse it look for us anyway. I haven't tried that. Let's try that. Shit, Rookie, if you sign up the order, we got to do it as department is sunk. Okay, so no matter what, it's kind of the same thing. Got it. Try to repair the turbine. Are you kidding me? I can repair the shit out of this thing. Just watch it explodes anyway. Let's see. Done. Done. And done. Repair the turbine. I sure fucking did it. The rumbling sounds of the machine steady and the indicator lights turn green. That's what I want to hear. Great work. I'll remember this come your next review. Anything else I can do? Since you're so new here, that means you're part-time, right? So just you head on home. Catch up on some trade. You deserve it after this. Okay, alright then. Bye. Good work, Rookie. That's all I need for now. Why don't you go take a break? Just do it outside my office. Got a date with a new novel. Will do. All right. Does not get us any further along to what we wanted to do. Can't get a code. I was hoping it'd be the same code. Ah, I didn't know I could talk to him. Guard's brow furrows at your approach. He looks giddy or maybe antsy as he flexes his hand close to his handgun. Halt! This area's off limits. Only select personnel are allowed in here. You have identification? Show him your saying security passes. At your words, he seems to relax. Glances at your passes hardly long enough to read anything and returns his gaze to you. Ooh, welcome aboard. I'm pretty new myself. Just finished up orientation a month ago. Go on ahead. Good luck. Keep up the good work. What about this guy? Can we talk to this guy? Am I allowed to talk to this guy? No. No, I don't like what we did here. Like, I mean, I guess I can find another security station. Let's give that a go. There is a large panel covered in buttons. Keep right at the mountain beside it. The buttons are left unlabeled, but you know from the plastic face man's data which floors have security stations. Floor 26, sales and acquisitions. And there's a receptionist. A timid woman looks at you from her station. Excuse me, sir, the Tsang employees on this floor may only be seen through a pre-approved appointment. Not even maintenance is exempt. Do you have an appointment? Charisma 5, I think. This will only take a second, just need to tweak some area units. If they get fixed in your watch, you'll probably look good in your record. Then I can get on with the rest of my work orders too. Win for both of us. What do you say? She fiddles with an earring. I don't see why not. Just try to have an appointment ready next time, okay? Taxes the area units. Will you need employees to clear the area? I can get security usher people out if that'd help. No need to bother anyone. I can work around them. Have a good one. You too, sir. Socially engineered. What's that sign say? VP of Operations. I am here to fuck with your feng shui. What's this say? Security. Oh, I see. Fascinating. Actually, we didn't even look in here yet. Very pretty. Ah. Saying manager. Start with the manager, start with the worker. Start with the manager. Something I can do for you? Just a routine check for maintenance issues, things in running order here? Absolutely, we have no problems here, but my office rarely does. Our sales team is Tsang's top performer. The contracts and acquisitions team to the south of us, however. I check in with them, sir. They're bound to be mired in technical problems, as one of them would expect from professional slackers. Thanks for the tip. Here's a worker. Hello, worker. The woman before you looks like one very burnt out suit. What do you want? Don't take this the wrong way, but you look seriously overworked. What's going on? Maybe I can help. She's using her lip, unsure with a sigh she speaks. Yeah, why not? Doubt I'll ever see you again. I could use a good venting session. It's a stack ranking here. My team, contracts and acquisitions, is in the deep end, but not because we're slackers like sales would have you believe. The way she bites on the word sales reeks of enmity. Because the system isn't based on merit, we're working our asses off over here while sales doesn't even have to lift a finger. And while they're ranked ahead of us, they're way behind work-wise. But guess what? Tsang doesn't care about it. All they look at are the ranks. Come this quarterly review, whoever's last in the stack rankings will get demoted, or worse, sent back to the training pool. She shudders. But the other team's taking advantage of the situation too. You don't have to tell me. Sales is reveling in our distress and rubbing their success in our faces. But it's not just that. They're also undermining our work by denying us important data that my team needs in order to hand off our contracts to Tsang upper management. As if the rankings weren't enough. What if I could get you that data? She gives you a long look. What's in it for you? Interesting. I guess I can't say security because I'm wearing the outfits. This is fascinating. I need into this floor security station. I'm sure we can manage something. I'm offering to help you tilt the balance between your team and sales. What do you think? I have the code, but what? I'm not supposed to have it. I technically don't have the credentials either. I'm kind of seeing one of the guys in security. He wanted me to have a safe place in case anything ever happened here. Don't worry, if it comes to it, I'll take the heat. She's using her lip, nods. Okay, I'll do it. The sales team data for the station code. That's the deal. Understood. Give the data to the Tsang suit. Can I open this door? That's the VP of Operations. There are some other people in that room. Data terminal. The hell do you think you're doing? Oh, sorry, is this not a public terminal? This hell's look like, asshole. Get out of here. Perfect. Probably can't talk to her again. How can I help you, sir? Got word of a level 8 maintenance issue right here in your office. It's not fixed now. Things will get messy. You need everyone out of this room for the next half hour. Her mouth drops open. After the initial surprise drains away, she looks doubtful. What kind of issue are we talking about? Bolivian creeping mold. Bindling's been struggling with it since 51. It's toxic if you inhale its spores and you've got it in your air ducts. Yeah, that sounds like fun. She stifles a gasp and glads nervously around the room. I heard about that on the Trid. Her voice rises. Everyone, this man has just informed me there's a maintenance emergency in our area. I need all of you to drop what you're doing and leave so he can make his repairs. Hell yeah. I would like to click on that thing. Can you guys get all the fuck out of the way? Have Isabel hack the terminal. Let's see. A quick look is all it takes to reveal this terminal is an unnetworked workstation. Sitting there all unattended and vulnerable. It's just asking, begging to be hacked. Isabel, you see what I see? Isabel smirks and raises her hands, wiggling her fingers in the air. It's weak. I've got this. In a matter of seconds, she's entered a string of commands and transferred several classified files onto a data stick, which she casually drops into your hand. It has been defeated. You're welcome. Enter the data right here. Yes, perfect, thank you. As promised, here are the code. Stroke of fear seems to freeze her. I'm not going to get in trouble for this, right? You covered your trail? Don't worry about it. I have the code. I gained a karma. I dropped a save, hopefully, and I'm going to go talk to the suit. I don't know why. Talk to the Sang VP. There's no reason I should be in here. A calm, stern-faced man stands before you. He casually checks his watch as he addresses you, his voice tinged with boredom. I've been expecting you. Like the maintenance uniforms, by the way. An enemy in our skin. Classic infiltration tactic. And who are you? Think of me as a business partner. Are you done yet? I have places to be, people to kill. Snaps his finger and the guards behind him train their weapons in your position. Before you decide anything, at least hear me out. You're in a position to come out of this with an edge against Sang. That alone should be enough to pique your interest. What's your game? Just so happens that you stumbled into the right place at the right time. He keeps his gesture subtle, but he can't hide the cockiness of his voice. Imagine that doesn't happen often in your line of work. I'm listening. I know you're on the job. This won't take long. Josephine is running this corporation into the ground, much like the way you're undermining her efforts here today. I, too, am preparing to make a move against her, and therein lies the beauty of her situation. We're in a position to help each other out. What do you need done? It's simple. I give you access to Sang's core system, and while inside, you retrieve some data from me. Will it look pretty bad in your access history? Or how do you plan on rewarding me for these services? I should think the privilege of wading through Sang's core system would be reward enough. The corners of his eyes crease as a flat smile stretches across his jaw. A little Tridio editing and some creative violence on my guard's part, and we'll claim you assaulted us and entered the Matrix by force. Your invasion of our direct system will only bolster our strikes against Josephine. Deal? He clasps his hands together. Excellent! The information I need is in the data store labeled foreign accounts. Return those files to me and you're welcome to whatever else you find in the Matrix. Don't get clumsy. Avoid setting out the system alert or my associates and I will have to kill you to cover up our part in the scheme. I can't afford to arouse any suspicion. Should you try to leave this office and I don't have my files, our deal is off and I'll see to it that you don't leave this building alive. Ah, now I have to do it from here. Play your cards right, runner, and this may be the beginning of a new business relationship. Alright, I guess I put down a proper save. I wonder if I should freeload and go do the other thing I need to do on this floor first, though. Well, F it. We're probably going to get a chance to do it after this. If not, we'll just bump backwards. An elegant terminal, no doubt, teeming with valuable Sang information. It's unattended. One quick motion, you could probably jack into it with a cyber deck. Let's have Isabel jack in. She has all sorts of stuff. And I don't think anything extra. Confirmed. Oh. Cool looking system. Look at this. Look at these things. I can deal with 365. So there's a couple entry points. I guess we just go here. Unusual start. tar work. Can I get behind some cover and still work with this dude? That's my big concern here. Because for where I am a sitting duck. He's just gonna shoot me. Yep. Nice. What's over here? We hacking now. 25 seconds. Nope, we're gonna go next. 47 seconds, I can do this. Get W in third position. WM down below. W in third position, WM down here. That one. Hack. A series of holographic components is spring from the this data archive linked by relational vectors. Financial records on Walled City project. Glowing bluish-white letters crystallize above the tangled network. Document cluster A201WCP003 secure.11/final. Oh, you always put final at the end. Walled City low-income housing project financial records and reporting. Final. Material class 11 granted access only. Access the executive summary. Let's learn some things. The executive summary describes the finances of the Walled City construction contract. Saying Mechanical Services received about 950 million nuyen from other corporations. The Executive Council has then spent this money to build the Walled City. Most is a dense description of cost targets, metrics, financial analysis, and accounting methods. However, a short section of final paragraph stands out. Achieved 35% diversion of funds, yeah, you should definitely say that, while maintaining workmanship at generally acceptable levels. Severe downward cost pressures, large financial risk, and information control presented major challenges executing a financial strategy for the WCLIHP. The co-construction of two concurrent initiatives, WCLIHP and Prosperity, presented a major financial as well as operational challenge. Such large funding diversions are difficult to adequately obfuscate. The author again wishes to note that WCLIHP official records in their current form still may not withstand scrutiny during the post-project audit by the Executive Council. Deep revision ex post facto is advised. Scan through the files. Language of these documents is an opaque fog of finance and accounting without special training is incomprehensible. The associated visuals are a tangle of pie charts and dynamic graphs with data layers like pre-adjustment accruals, taxable share, payroll allocations, and depreciation flow. Most are uninteresting or esoteric, however, three options stand out. Master cash flow. Layer of luminous green lines appear flowing through the system chart. They appear to be budgets and fund reservoirs coded for various purposes. The green lines are divided into two sections. Each has glowing white text beneath. Well, what's beneath section 1? Project receivables, 943 roughly. Fund reallocation, 609 roughly million. Diversion percentage, 35.4%. What's beneath section 2? This is an enormous scrolling list of Walled City construction expenses. Next to each is a single word, redacted. Go back. Utilities and excavation. A dense network of tiny nodes and branching lines appears inside the system chart. It seems to be a granular mapping of all utility rate allocations, expenditures, and assets. An organizational hierarchy forms beside the system chart, listing upper management of the utilities component. At the top, you see a familiar name, Edward Sang, Vice President of Special Projects. Directly beneath him are two subordinates, Cameron Yu, Construction Engineer, Excavation and Utilities. Under Cameron Yu, a floor org chart fans out dozens of names and positions, and the name of the second subordinate is missing and is placed as a single word, redacted. Under the second subordinate, a much larger org chart appears, hundreds of nodes. Second chart, however, the same word accompanies every node, redacted. Interesting. Funds reallocation substructure. Interesting. Thin threads of yellow light spring from numerous nodes in the huge system chart and begin flowing through others. The yellow threads snake down below, bouncing through a series of nodes and changing colors until they converge to a single brilliant point. An incandescent white word appears beside it. Prosperity. Access the prosperity node. No file exists as location. What the hell was the point of that? Close the files. Download the file and disconnect. Yoink. Now it seems like I'm likely to run into shit on this side. Though I will do it all the same. Actually, yeah, we'll drop a save again. That's fine. Blocker. Hack. Strap in. Again. Nope. Next it is. Got lots of time. That one. Hack! It is hacked. Inside the foreign accounts file is a series of recent transactions. Looks pretty standard. Several Tsang monetary deals with foreign partners and businesses. Some money incoming, some outgoing. Closer look at the files and a variance in the pattern appears. It seems that a few of the deals are encoded to prevent them from appearing in the company's standard financial logs. Interestingly, of the handful of encoded files, all contain records of deals established through bribery with some of Tsang's business partners. Even more interesting is the chunk of clean Nuyen that's attached to the data. 2124. All right. Am I gonna get rumbled? Maybe not. There's no other place to go around here, as far as I can tell. That's a completely different node. You exit the core system, the vice president watching nearby visibly relaxes. Hell, took you long enough. Got it all in one chip, right? Handed here. And the data chip in the new. You ordered embezzlement, you got it. He nabs the chip from your outstretched hand. Very good. You came through as promised. A wise choice. I may have need of reliable people such as yourself in the future. I lost the money, but F it, whatever. Keep you in my books if you keep me in yours. See ya. Not worth talking to him again? No. At least he didn't just decide to be like, cool, thanks for getting that for me. Gonna waste you. Oh yeah, you're right, save. Now that we're on this path of trying to do as much good as we can. You know, like, I didn't... Like, blowing up that thing was like, oh, I got access to security area, but it's like... That also really hurts the person who's working there. Ah, 30 karma. Tang Captain, what are you doing here? We didn't call for maintenance. Maintenance doesn't have to be called to maintain the building. It's my job. This will only take a moment. Heard you needed a level 5 tune-up. We finally got all the parts in, but there's some other departments on the waiting list. We can skip you for now, but we'll have to put the station back at the bottom of the list. Yes! Yes! That's the shit! His back stiffens. Whoa, there's no need for that. Please come in. If you could start with the desk in the back, that would be awfully grateful. When I get to work, as maintenance, I'll need access to the security terminal. Should take about an hour for the full installation. Don't wait up. Our terminal? Well, if you have to, make it quick. We got a lot of sensitive materials in there. God, I love IT. Ractor leans over and whispers to you, I can't believe he fell for that. Your lie was executed with such an utter lack of conviction that he must be deficient. Shut up, I'm persuasive. That sounds like me. That sounds like more like my character, even though it's like, he's a guard, not an engineer. He just wouldn't know. Shut up, I'm persuasive. You're lucky, that's all. No, I'm not. Jack in. Easily jack a cyberdeck into this computer, which someone has considerately left unsupervised. Well, let's have Isabel jack in then, shall we? Just hanging out in the hallway. Save. Save. Yeah, I literally statted for this. Oh, you seem challenging. That's fine. Nope. I don't want to get caught this fast. Quickly reload the game. I should just drop quick saves, but I also have that quick save back a little bit, and I was like, in case I wanted to go do the other thing, but yeah, let's just reload this and try one more time. I like PMAvers that's Ractor, this is literally my jam. If I need to find out the best way to fuck a droid, I'd call you. And then Ractor would just respond with drone. That is literally how that would go down. All right. So close to... Oh, maybe I should just wrap it. I don't know. Still waiting for that loading screen. God, maybe I should just wrap the show tonight. While we're waiting, should I just do the subs and then we can close everything else while everything's loading? Why not? Let's just do that. Subs for tonight. Thank you for everybody who showed up to play it forward. I think we're just going to shut this down. I guess we could try to get through. No, I think I should probably just shut it down because, yeah, I know it's Monday, and so you guys are gonna have to wait like until next Saturday for me to be able to play more of this. But really, like, I need to go home too. So, All right. Well, let's give this one more jazz. If I can get through this hack without completely ruining my life, then that should be fine. This is gonna just dump me into the Matrix, right? Hello, Harley Shake. This is Shadowrun Hong Kong. This part specifically is when you hack or deck into the Matrix. So that's where I'm supposed to go. All right, we got past the first part. Maybe I should just hit save and save for the night. Yeah, so it is an RPG, very XCOM-ish. And if you are interested in finding out more about the game, as people are mentioning in chat, you can find out more about what we do on the VODs on YouTube. You came in at, I think, like about session 10? Session 11? But this is a specific part of the game where you're inside the computer network, and I am currently trying to get some data out of here for my own benefit. There's an awful lot of plot and other things that you're kind of missing out on, but yeah, if you like games that are like XCOM, that are very like tactical, this is definitely that kind of thing. So, aha! Of course, I had to eat some system trace immediately. I'm very interested in that Watcher, actually. But I also have 3, so I could probably just move through this and get out of the way. I could just post up behind something with a lot of cover. It's like a free walk to just somewhere where I can hide briefly. Zot. Hell yeah. She's the business. Is this erosion? That's sniffer. I should always remember to toss my other stuff on first. I need better cover, I think. Excellent. Hack in. Ready? 25 seconds this time. Oof. Ah, piss. Forget it. Got a W in the third space, an M in the first space, an M on the end. This one here. Show me a couple more. Gotta be this. Internal announcement. Sang security increase. The Sang company has increased its security measures in a company-wide movement to protect its investments. Sang's actions in this matter are to remain company knowledge only. Any mention or leak of this information will not be tolerated. Employees found guilty of divulging such security movement to outside parties will be blacklisted and purged from Sang Mechanical Services. Security protocols will double throughout Sang proper. In case of Laboratory 12, oh yeah. Security will be enhanced threefold for optimum protection. Those who work in Laboratory 12 will be upgraded to Omega level clearance. Admittance to the laboratory will be heavily monitored, and all visitors must have Omega clearance or higher with critical business in the area. The captain of this station has pre-approved a limited release of Laboratory 12's elevator code to Omega personnel. Receipt of this message is proof of your authorization. Warning, this information is highly sensitive and should only remain restricted to Omega Plus knowledge only. Violators will experience the aforementioned blacklisting and company purging. A list of digital conversations that have been sent from this floor appears. One in particular, an exchange between a Tsang employee and an employee in accounting looks promising. Read the conversation. Data store passcodes requests Li Shan to Magical Research. I was informed that you're the best person to contact regarding the passcodes for the Magical Research Center. As a new recruit to the accounting team, and with the security being so tight, I lack access to these center's files that are necessary to perform my biannual accounting report. I'd appreciate it if you'd send me the codes by end of day today. Shan Li, accounting specialist. Dude. Magical Research to Shan Li. No. What you're asking is extremely unorthodox and in blatant disregard of company protocol. My department is under constant scrutiny and I can't afford a leak. You'll have to go through the proper channels and fill out the required paperwork if you want the passcodes. Mei Lin Zhao, Vice President of Magical Research. Shan Li, Magical Research. Dear Ms. Lin Zhao, allow me to rephrase my earlier request. You send me the passcodes and I'll review the Magical Research Center's finances. I heard that your lab's been hemorrhaging funds this last quarter. Perhaps I could massage those numbers to make the lab appear more monetarily efficient. Shan Li, accounting specialist. Vice President of Magical Research to Shan Li. Attached to the passcodes from my department's core system terminal, you will access the system only under my direct supervision. Welcome to Tsang Mechanical Services. Mei Lin Jiao, VP of Magical Research. I think we already read the whole conversation. We sure did. Disconnect. I have an access code now. Got over there fast. You know what you do. Because now we can go to Lab 12, so that's nice. What we do is we put a save down. Oh, we're getting way up there. Create new save. After all, we have thousands of them. Data flag, security node, and connected node. Oh. Already we have tripped somebody interesting. Do I have sniffer accuracies up? So I'm gonna definitely make this shot. I think. I'm already in movement mode. Can I not see the Watcher? Can the Watcher see me? Oh, the white Sparky I see. I see. And hide. So he moves along. So what I want to do is I want to get past this thing to this side. Is it faster to follow it? Who made me? Oh, okay. Well, it's time to use suppression. Can't even see who it is. I want to move over here. Cannot cross. Oh, I can see him. Okay. I do not have my accuracy anymore. Definitely need that. Now I want to move this way. Just take this out immediately. Blocker IC. Hack blocker IC. Actually, let's drop a save real fast before we hack this. I also, Tacitus Visual, I also wish that email had just said no. Nah. Here we go. Let's just roll. We got a minute. W. Nope. Show me more. Got there. Security network node. I have hacked the node, and the vulnerable network is quickly infected by spoof programs. Within a matter of seconds, the programs spread across the system, sending false security alarms throughout Tsang. The security network is becoming less and less stable. More guards pick up the summons to locate each alarm's origin, but they only continue to find dead ends. Now, I have hacked into the places I've needed to go. Just keep uncovering more and more of this place. I think we can just jack out now. So that's handy. And we just get the hell out of here. So, things that I keep finding and that I'm able to do, and like stuff that I'm accomplishing, it's like use a decorative free Raymond, find Raymond in Lab 12. I now have lots of stuff, but I also have a Lab 12 access code, special projects passcodes as well, so that'll be handy if that is a thing. I have this smoking gun, the thing that I would need to embarrass or ruin Josephine. And trying to weaken 3 nodes is kind of the way to go here. So yeah, doing the security node hacking. I'm hoping that I didn't have to ruin that turbine, because it's like that would mean, oh, you had to ruin a turbine in order, and then lose the mission for that in order to uncover the other node. And optional missions can technically, I'm sure they could contradict. I would like them not to, because that's irritating, but we're going to call the stream. And yeah, if you've just shown up, I apologize. Play it forward tonight. We're playing Shadowrun Hong Kong, but it is the end of the stream. There's a lot more what you can see of Play It Forward on Loading Ready Run. That's who we are. The Loading Ready Run channel has a lot of VODs going back a couple weeks, I believe, but we also post all our VODs on YouTube, youtube.com/loadingreadylive. You can also go to Loading Ready Run's YouTube channel to find out more about all the other stuff that we do. You can see it being posted in chat. Thank you, MTV CDM, posting that. Let's talk about what's coming up next here on the Twitch channel. Talking Sim starts tomorrow at 2 p.m. Pacific. Cameron and Corey are playing more Heaven's Vault, and then in the evening, 5 p.m. Pacific, Ben and Adam on Let's Nope are playing Pamali, Indonesian folklore horror, The Tide Corpse, which I think is a DLC. I will assume that it is. Right, actually I don't, well, it's nice to see the art for the game. And yeah, everything we do here at Loading Ready Run is thanks to you guys. And you know, we just turned on YouTube subscriptions. So if you're part of that whole thing, feel free to take part in the YouTube subscriptions to the Loading Ready Run channel. But on top of that, you can help us at the Patreon, patreon.com/loadingreadyrun. We have a lot of people here who work for us, and so the Patreon's a major part of how we pay those people and how we keep the lights on in this place and how we pay the rent and how we pay everyone else's rent and how we, you know, people can afford to put food in their mouths. There's like 15 of us, something like that. There's lots of us. And, you know, a little bit you can give every month actually goes on to help us quite a bit to be able to live in Victoria, which is an expensive town to live in. Right. So also though, you can help by subscribing on Twitch. We are Twitch partnered, and so you can sub here and you can leave bits here. And in fact, some people did tonight. Let's thank those people who subbed and left bits tonight. First, let's start with the Gravetide Ghoul. Gravetide Ghoul subbed for 5 months. All happy about that Hong Kong soundscape. Tagreth subscribed for 33 months. Welcome back. On the Box with 64 months. That's a lot of months. On the Box, welcome back. Dicey1 subscribing for 34 months as well. The Maricat subscribing for 34 months as well. Welcome back, all you people. All Random Socks with 4 months, saying one day I'll find my pair. I got cool socks. Heather got me cool socks for my birthday. I've got 4 pair of these now. They're made by Darn Tough, and I like wool socks. They're great. They're merino wool socks, and they have a lifetime guarantee apparently. If they ever have any sort of problems, you just basically contact the company and they'll let you mail them in and you get like a brand new pair. And I'm like, yeah. So I'm all about that kind of thing. It's hard because not a lot of stuff sells in Canada from the US, so it's sometimes hard to have choice. Hey, check out the Maricat. Not only subbed, but also subbed a lot of you as well. Gave you 10 gift subs. New subs are UFO 6300, Durugal, Some User, The Lost Colonist, Blasted Man, Chameleon 84, Zero Arcana, Get Good Cheesecake, Fennel, and We'll Keep Watching. All new subs to the channel according to what the thing tells me. Maybe you guys have been here before, I don't know, but there you go. Thank you, the Maricat, for those 10 gift subs. Sin Kirby back with 52 months. That's as many weeks as there are in a year. So that means you've been here an entire year. Lasco the King subscribed for 26 months. I'm happy to be back subbing with Lur for over 2 years, especially during a beach stream. Have fun raiding the Shadow Beach. I did, Lasco the King. I'm going to continue to do so. Right. 2946 just subbed. Welcome to the channel. Sorry I didn't grab you when you were in here, but I hope maybe you're still here. Kanamaris subscribed for 22 months. Welcome back. Rhino Law with 17-month resub. Welcome back. The Maricat with another 10 gift subs. For Lord Noodles, Karen H, Rienji, Jacko Manning, Vuakir, Honey Hive Bear, Science and Magic, Muruglama. Yeah, that's good. Dadilf, and Bastion964. Again, all new subs. Welcome to the channel, U10. I hope you enjoy it here, and thank you very much again, the Maricat. You've been very generous. Birds of Paradise, subscribing for 32 months. Welcome back. Sakrath for 6 months. Welcome back to you too. Feistier Ermin, subscribed for 34 months. I need to clean my contact lenses. A few more blinks, that'll help. The Lord of Elba for 26 months. Welcome back. Lamfrey for 5 glorious months. Heyo, 5 months. Welcome back, Lamfrey. Evil Spoons 983 for 14 months. Welcome back to you. And Moon Doggy Gibuxwick. I think it's supposed to be GB Cross WK. Just subscribed. Maybe it's GB Christ WK. But welcome, Moon Doggy. It is Moon Doggy, not Moon Doggle. Welcome, Moon Doggy. Happy to have you here. And yeah, thank you to to everybody who joined me for tonight. This has been a blast playing it. Please come back next week for more Shadowrun Hong Kong. It's going to be Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. And we're starting a new Dice Friends campaign, I believe, next week. So that's also going to be interesting because I'm on that Dice Friends campaign. And then I'll be coming right into doing this. And hopefully we'll be able to finish the enough of it Saturday and Sunday so that we actually get to Monday and maybe bring it all home. Or maybe I don't need to. Maybe I'll just finish it. Who knows? 6 hours might be enough to finish it. I have no idea. Julia Mon makes a good point. There is a new update for July. If you go to YouTube, you can watch the update. There's also a video that talks about YouTube subs that was released prior to that. PM Avers, I would assume we haven't announced what the Dice Friends campaign is. But yeah, there will be, I'm sure there'll be more information on that very, very soon. Good, okay, all of you do know that it's Paranoia. And that Dale is running it. I was like, I have no idea if we announced that or not. So, but yeah, that's it for tonight. Holy Christ, it's midnight. I'm glad I have the day off tomorrow. I hope I take the day off tomorrow because we also have to, I'm doing backup stuff and other things that I have to do, but maybe, god damn it, I need to take a day off, so maybe I'll just take the day off and it'll be okay. But yeah, Corpline is returning mid-August. Very happy to finally give you guys season 2. We cut 12 episodes of that, and it's some of the funniest stuff I don't remember making. I can't wait to hear it because I completely forget most of the stuff that we did. It was a while ago, and some of the stuff I remember doing, I'm like, wait, was that first season or second season? So, but yeah, we're super excited to be playing Paranoia with Dale. This is going to be an 8-week campaign. We take a week off because of PAX and just maybe everybody's out of town. But so yeah, there'll be some episodes of that. There'll be a week in between, and then we'll finish that. I've had a blast playing with you guys tonight. If you have any questions about stuff we do at Loading Ready Run, you can go join the Discord, discord.gg/LRR. And if you have questions for me specifically, you can always hit us up at info@loadingreadyrun.com or hit us up on Twitter. More than happy to answer any questions you might have. Have a good night, everybody. Take care.